Hey, before we dive into today's session, I just wanted to talk about the Wounded Warrior Project really quick. It was begun in 2003, and it's the organization that is sort of the fundraiser for this episode. Every episode, we have a fundraiser that sort of bounces between three different nonprofit organizations, and this one is the Wounded Warrior Project. So it began initially in order to support wounded service members returning home during Iraq and Afghanistan, and then it provides programs and services like mental health programs, career counseling, long-term rehabilitative care, and all sorts of stuff like that. This is just another one of the really valuable veteran-based organizations that unfortunately is necessary when we have a VA or a government that doesn't feel the need to really go all in on the people that they put on the front lines and support situations in wartime scenarios. So if you're capable, if you care, consider donating a couple bucks throughout the course of this video. It doesn't go to this channel at all. It goes directly to the nonprofit organization. Thank you very much. Let's start the show. Welcome to another DragonLance Saga gaming episode. Today is the third session of our Advanced Dungeons & Dragons DL16 World of Krynn Dargaard Keep Adventure live play. It is Braka Gildember the 26th. My name is Adam. I'd like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can even pick up DragonLance game materials using my affiliate links. Last time on Dargaard Keep, the heroes climbed to the top of the wall point to discover Draconians. They fought through them, only to return to the courtyard, hoping to enter the keep in what turned out to be a false entrance. They received more information from a Bozak and waited for the search parties to pass before bluffing their way into the keep. Once inside, they climbed up to the third level, defeated more guards, and discovered Kitiara Uthmatar, trapped by Lord Soth, alive, not dead. She joined them in the search, and she wants to make Soth suffer for forcing her to be his slave companion. They rise up to level 4 and the desecrated Temple of Paladin, where they discover a clue in a mutilated corpse from the Cataclysm. They search for the library, only to discover traps and undead before finally entering it, and that is where we pick up today. They are running in. Indar entered into the library, and at the end of this thin hallway is a Seavac Draconian. Let's get some initiative. Bo is traditionally the person that rolls initiative, so instead, how about we have the individual playing Bo? Give me a D6 roll, please. Oh, geez. I think you surprised him. Yeah, all right. So you run in, and immediately you see this Draconian turn around, eyes go wide, sort of like, gasp, and it's your guys' turn. So we'll just kind of go in order of what I'm looking at. Indar, what are you going to do?
Oh, we can't see the map, Adam.
Oh, you don't need to see the map.
Oh,
Maps
yeah,
are
you're right.
overrated.
And I'm on mute, so I'm glad I caught that. Duh. So we've been fighting this guy. We've been chasing after this guy already?
No, this is, you guys just busted open the door to the library, and you saw him at the end. He's surprised. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to attack.
So you just charge in. Oh!
Yeah, this seems to be the norm here with these Draconians.
I'm not sure they appreciate that, but yeah, that is kind of par for the course.
All I ever heard was slander about Kenders when I was playing one. So I don't want to hear anything from anybody about racism.
We'll do our best. I make no promises.
All right, so you needed to get an 11. You rolled an 18. You charge into him. You see him just sort of gasp. He like fumbles for his sword as he pulls it up. You hack into him. Give me some damage.
Was this against large or small?
He's large.
Okay.
He's as large as you are.
Whoa.
Oh, geez. Nice. You hack into him. He sort of bashes back against this, the back side of a library bookshelf that's sort of going up, dozens of feet into the air.
Okay.
You hear a little creak of wood behind him. Next up, Stolos.
Well then.
So this is going to be interesting because you can't move through the bad guy and you have a good guy in your way.
Can I still move after I attacked, or
You can. I mean, I don't know where you're going to go, but yeah.
I couldn't go through this guy and go to?
No, because it's a corner, you would have to like literally move through his person, and you can't do that.
Okay.
Would I be able to go through 4 sets of legs?
4 sets of legs. He's not an actual cow.
No, because 2 from the Minotaur and 2 from the giant lizard.
No, you just can't move through bad guys' spaces is all.
Darn. Do we got any throwables that I could shoot his toes with?
So if you're gonna do melee, you're gonna have an opportunity of hitting your friend at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry, if you're
Even
gonna
if
do ranged attack, because your friend's in melee.
Even if I shoot between the legs?
Yeah, even if you shoot because they're not standing still, they're actively moving around. That's why you can't move through their legs at all.
Hmm.
Make a choice.
Shoot him between the legs to get them toesies.
All right, so because there's 2 of them, they're both the same size. It's basically a 50-50 chance. I'm going to give 1 and 2 to Indar. So you do actually target the right person by the time, what is it you're shooting? The crossbow? So you need to get an 11. It's got pretty good cover because of Indar right now. So you're just doing your best to sort of just, okay. And just as you shoot, Indar shuffles to the side as he's sort of pairing and riposting with his Draconian, the CVAC. It hits right into him for 4 damage. And he like drops down for a second. His wing braces him so he doesn't go to a full knee. Nicely done.
Yeah, take that. Screw your toes.
Very, very
Trick shot.
rare shot there. All right, Selma, what are you going to do?
Screw your toes.
All right.
You big
So-
lizard.
He just lost one of his 3 toes on one of his feet, I'm assuming. Hopefully it wasn't the center one and he's a little off balance.
Minus points
Do
to
we
his
know-
dex.
Do we know which toe was lost?
You don't even see your toes at all. All you see is like this
Ah.
massive gleaming metal Minotaur blocking something else.
All right, I'm gonna utilize the space next to my friend, right? I can move in the same area as my friend.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Oh, no.
I-
You can't stay in the same space because
can-
he's
I
large, so
see.
he takes up the whole space.
okay.
Hi, Fran.
Do you think I'd be able to get like an arm around him, basically? Like,
No. No. Just distance, you're at this point, you're like 15 feet away from the dude.
mm-hmm.
The whole 10 feet between you.
Mm-hmm. So if I were to throw 1,000 ball bearings down the hall, it might make our friend fall down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it also might make him fall down.
Yeah.
Wait, what if I use my boots of levitation and hover up above his shoulder?
How tall are you, Indar?
I think I'm 7 foot. Where would I check that at? Because I was trying to look for that.
It should be at the top of your
Sorry.
character sheet. There's like a little arrow you drop down to look at. But you
Right.
also have the height of your horns, which is traditionally 1 to 2 feet.
So I
depending.
put 6'8".
Oh, that's short. You're a runt of a Minotaur.
Yeah, I didn't know how tall they could be. So like,
So 6'8" plus your horns. So you, Selma, you want to levitate up so you have a bit of a like an angled down
A bit of
look.
yeah, so I can chuck 1,000 ball bearings down at the feet of my enemy to make him fall.
So those
That's
ball
what I would
bearings
like
are
to
not
do.
going to be, as soon as they like hit the ground and scatter, they're definitely not just going to be restricted to that 10-foot area.
Yeah,
Let me look
yeah.
up.
Selma's dumb. She's coming up with an idea. She's not hitting something with a sword. She's gained consciousness
Right,
and
right.
has had a thought, and she's really wanted to use these ball bearings.
I
And it's
mean,
100% not from that worm thing that crawled into her head.
Yeah,
Also, I had a worm. I had a worm.
that wouldn't have done it, right? I don't see any note on ball bearings, and so I'm going to go ahead and just roll with this and have some fun. All right, so you throw down a bag, and ball bearings just immediately spin out everywhere. On their turn, I'll have them do their dex. Actually, no, because it would be this turn that it affects them, because they're in active movement. So give me a dex check -4, Indar and Stolos, and I'm going to have this here guy also do it.
My dude.
Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, I'm floating, so this doesn't affect me.
Oh man, the Seavac Draconian immediately just feet goes to the air and he drops down on the ground screaming out, "Ah! What the hell is this?" He is prone.
It worked, everybody.
So -4, Stolos drops down on the ground. You're prone as well. Indar, -4, you're prone as well.
Oh,
so
sorry,
everyone
guys.
immediately drops as these balls just scatter everywhere. Krellic, Aulus, and Kitiara, you guys see one or two little ball bearings roll back to where you guys are.
There's a success, though. What does that mean?
Well, their success was without the -4.
Oh, that's right.
They just rolled it straight up.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's all fun. It's all good. I'm sure they're going to care when they get one shot killed, but, you know, it'll be fine. All right, so next up is Krellic. What's Krellic?
Well, on the bright side, you have a clear shot now.
What's our Paladin going to do?
Oh, Krellic is, I need access to his character sheet.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
On the bright side, unobstructed view of the massive lizard.
Well,
feel like
unfortunately, since you're all on your backs, you have as good of a view as you had before because you got this massive Minotaur bulk in front of him.
Excellent. All right. Krellic being a paladin, he's just going to march forward and he's going to walk on his allies, I think.
Really?
I feel like Indar is
-4.
wide enough, you know, that I could use him like a little bridge.
Yeah. It's the ball bearings that I'm
stepping
by.
stones.
Yeah. Well, they've already fallen on the ball bearings, right? Right.
Just because we've fallen on them doesn't mean they're gone.
Yeah. It's the whole area.
Like
It's
a
not a
skateboard.
spell.
Oh, did he roll?
I did.
Oh, you did it. That's great. So you're just like kicking them aside, slowly taking your time, moving up. He's prone, so you can stand right by Krellic if you want. Or
Oh,
Indar,
yeah.
I mean.
Oh yeah, I'm coming in for a swing.
All right, so you got a +4 to hit this guy because he's on his back.
All right, I'll put myself there.
Hit him.
And let's do some actions, not saves, attacks. I have a two-handed
funny.
sword, the Holy Avenger.
Light is just.
I get a 4 to
emanating
hit.
out.
Nying.
Glittering
holy
off
might!
The ball bearings.
So you needed an 8. Oh my gosh.
It rolls
You
a
just bring it
25.
down and hack right down into it. This guy, he's just like, no! Stop! I'll tell you whatever you want. Damage.
I like that.
Oh, it might be too late for him.
Wait, were we trying
It's
to take this guy
definitely
alive?
too late
It's definitely.
for him.
He probably barely gets to talk.
Because you're not larger than him, he doesn't have a death effect for the Draconians. But you hack into him and his body just sort of goes limp and prone, and little ball bearings just roll out a little bit.
Flick off the little blood.
All right.
You just shake it and it's like pristine again.
Someone want to inspect the body, or
This
I'll
is
help my friends get up first.
currently like still a very difficult terrain, so I'm going to draw in the ball bearings.
Oh yeah,
Well.
I don't have a way to pick these up.
Well, you better get to picking up, Selma, because you're the one who
well,
dropped
no.
them.
Well, now no one can follow us. Just
So
be careful.
basically, every square that has little blue marks on it is you're going to have to roll dexterity when you go into that square.
1,000 ball pickup.
Does anyone have like telekinesis? Like a little broom? Maybe is there a broom around here? Is there a
Float
broom
everybody
closet?
over.
Does
I'm
the
pretty
wizard have a
strong.
broom?
Do we have a broom? Anyone?
I'm
I
hovering.
don't have
I
a
can
broom.
float everybody over with my strong lady arms.
I have a tensor floating disc, but I really don't want to burn that spell scroll for this. So,
Azalea, you gotta have like a hand broom in one of those
Ridiculous.
pouches.
What are you talking about? I want to pick up these ball bearings.
Don't move! I'll take care of this.
Okay, I'll help the Kinder pick up the ball bearings.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm picking up the ball bearings too then.
So
these
it'll
even
take
come
about
from?
it'll take like a full turn, like 10 minutes, for you guys to get all the ball bearings out of this area. Let me describe this library.
No.
This huge room is full of musty, dusty books. There are tables and chairs between the bookshelves and in front of each window. This is a wonderfully well-stocked library. You don't see anyone else in here.
There may be some good stuff in here, guys.
Especially if you can read. Who here? can
I'm just gonna say above game, like you guys should not have let Armantaro in here. Like he may not leave the library, guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Sorry,
work
good
my
to
way
know.
through here, Adam.
Yeah.
Did I roll for Dex here? 'Cause I went from...
No, they took a turn to get it all up. You're
We
fine.
picked it all up.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
won't throw him down the
Armantaro-
hallway again.
Should
Armantaro
we-
walks in and you just
I don't
he's
believe
like,
that statement.
"Oh, baby," and he's gonna head to the nearest bookshelf and just start combing through titles and figuring out what's here.
You
So that's
hear
what I was going to
that
say, too.
love
Should we
story
check for
song, like
any secret doors or any
Smell.
good items here?
I start pulling
any
books.
type of searching? I'm gonna need to know what square you're searching in, for anything,
Is this
like specifically.
Is there
These
anybody in here?
No, you don't see anyone in here.
We're completely alone.
Mm.
so? These are stacks right here. All
Yeah,
these.
each of these like the shaded in areas are book like library shelves that go
Yeah,
up in this guy.
Armantaro didn't even make it that far in. Like he hit the first shelf and just started scanning.
Oh.
Before
So he's
everyone
like,
starts
Standing
touching
over
everything,
the dead
Yeah.
Seavac.
how about you let
You
me
just
just
kinda
check
kick it
for
aside.
traps really quick, and
What?
then everyone can touch everything to their heart's content.
And I want to look at the body.
I'm gonna cast Find Traps.
Which
going to-
what area? Where are you, Aulus?
In a normally, or I just entered the kind of middle of the library.
I see.
Visible to him or her, the spell is directional, and the caster must face the desired direction in order to determine if a trap is laid out in that particular direction.
Yeah. So, are you looking at the bookshelf to your left? Or you're looking at the
Oh,
hallway
I'm
to
kind
your
of
north?
shooting down the hallway.
So it's not going to be able to do it that many feet. I mean, it's literally any type of searching is in like basically like a 10-foot.
Oh,
square.
so this is like for like doors or chests.
Yeah. What's
not
the area of
like
effect? Does it say?
It doesn't give one. Oh, area effect is 10 feet wide path.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
So
There we
so
go.
anything that's can you link it, or what's the name of the spell you're doing?
It's called Find Traps. I'll drop it in the chat on Roll20. And apparently 3 different messages. Thank you,
Yeah,
Roll20.
jeez. All right, cleric has a spell, trap spell, concealed, normally magical. It's directional, must face the desired direction. The spell will be 10% likely per level of the cleric casting it to be able to note the type of magic. Magic? Yeah, that sounds a little odd to me. You do not see any traps of note.
Okay. Go ahead, touch everything.
Armantaro will just quick. He doesn't have Find Traps, but he'll with his staff because it doesn't cost him anything. He will cast Detect Magic on like in this direction. It's 1 inch wide path, up to 3 inches long.
So that's basically a 10 feet by 30 foot area, and it is directional, so it's wherever you're facing. That's where you're going to see it. You're seeing your partners gleam, sort of blindingly from all the magic items that they have, but you don't
Right.
see anything other than them.
If that's the case, he's just going to start rifling through the bookshelves. So
Okay. So are you looking for anything specific?
I'd
Or just
he'd
like
probably
whatever's
be
there?
looking a little bit of both. Like he's kind of looking for whatever is there, but like anything specific to like stuff about this tower, like history about this place, and then anything that's spell books, scrolls, those kind of things.
Yeah, most of the information you're finding is historical in nature. The founding of Istar, the history of king priests. You're finding volumes about the different heads of the Knights of Salamnia all the way back to Vinus Solamnus. There's a series of 4 volumes on the Rose Rebellion, when the Knights of Salamnia, when Vinus Solamnus first split off from Salamnia and from Ergoth itself. You're finding a lot of historical references, not a lot of magical anything, because this is Knight of Selamia's keep, and so that's really the primary. You're getting like you're running across volumes about the mysterious gray gem races of Krynn, which include Minotaurs and Kender and stuff like that.
Dang, it's a big library.
Yeah, I mean this is a really, really well stocked library.
Yeah, so he'll
fallen into
if there's
evil
nothing
hands.
specific to that's gonna find something about the keep. Like he'll move on, but that's what he's. I mean, he's if no one else forces him to do anything else, he is literally gonna go like this stack, move over to the next square, this stack. He's just gonna go through the entire damn thing.
All right, so each time that you're going through this, you're spending like 10 minutes in each of these singular square areas.
Is there, all right, then let me ask this question. Is there a Dewey Decimal System in this library? Or like even at least like the Barnes and Noble, like this section is history, this section is, tech books or whatever it is. Like, is there anything to indicate like what's in what section, or is it just books in here?
It's pretty much categorized by it's pretty much organized by category, like types of information. You find a full like one whole. Hey, can you guys stop doing that, please? A whole zone that's dedicated just to the order and the measure, and it's the like copies of the entire Knights of Selaminia measure up on one of the whole 3 groups of bookshelves. It's like 60 some odd books and all sorts of crazy stuff. Let me deal with this really quick. So, Selena, am I saying your name right? Selma. I was not saying your name right.
I was like, who are you talking
you
to?
search the CVAC Draconian, and let's see what he's got really quick.
Oh, yeah.
So 50%. Yes. Wow. So you find 4 gems on the CVAC Draconian that was on the ground.
Good.
Make sure you guys write this stuff down so I can figure out how valuable
I
they
did
are
write
later.
it down.
I got you.
Oh, you do? Sick. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I gave him to the
I've got a
Kender
loot sheet.
because you have all
to
the
Kender.
stuff.
Nice.
2.
All right, so who else is going to do anything specific? Because the wizard's going to take a lot of time just sort of going shelf by shelf.
The wizard, if he's not, if there's sections, like what are the sections that are there? Like if it's like this is all the history of the Knights of Selaminia, like he's like that's not helpful right now. So
it's all going to be
back.
random stuff. I mean, I need to know specifically if you're looking for a specific topic or like because otherwise it's literally shelf by shelf that you're looking, and I need to know which ones you're looking at.
All right, give me a beat to think about it, and you can deal with
Perhaps we should make a plan. We came in here for a reason. We're looking for a secret door.
I'm looking for maps to the
I
drive.
thought we were looking for rods.
Are we looking for rods? I thought we discovered that note on the corpse saying that he was transported to a secret room.
Yeah. You guys discovered this note.
Yeah,
Was
is
it
there...
Gray Spawn.
I guess I'm going to start looking for a book by Pietro Kristofsky, the Paladin, because he was apparently doing some research, and then he stumbled across a hidden room.
Right. Let me know where you're looking.
I
I need to choose a specific spot.
are these
It is
like-
that literal?
Are these like little seats, desks, or something?
Yeah, they're desks between each row and
Okay.
a seat in front of the desk.
Perhaps we should spread out and look at the readily available material on the desks, see if we can't find any clues.
Am I able to, as an elf, just kind of feel out where hidden doors are? If I
You
just
have
am
to
near
actively
them?
be searching, but you notice
Okay.
them one in 6-sided die. I'll just roll
Okay.
it, and then if you're near one and you're actively searching for a secret door, I'll roll it for you, and you'll find it.
Well, then this
or
is
you'll
going to
notice
take
it, I
a
mean.
while.
Yeah, just let me know the area
Start.
that you're in.
Going.
All right,
Square by square.
Armantaro, is that the area you're looking for? Looking in right there? Or are you looking in left,
Yeah,
right?
Is there what's on the desk? Is there anything that's on the desk? And does this library look like it's gotten a lot of use, or does this look as in shambles as everything else?
It looks pretty much in shambles as everything else. It hasn't had a lot of use because they just haven't had a lot of people interested in that type of stuff here.
Okay, so can he theoretically like take a lap around like the whole place and be like, what looks like it's been touched, used, whatever.
Well, that
recently.
Christofson thing was 350 years ago. That note.
No, but that lady, the cleric that we just fought out here, she had been in, presumably getting books in here and then reading them. So is there anything in here that looks like it's been more recently accessed or touched than everything else?
So that'll just be a part of your, regular searching an area, 10 minutes per square. So,
still 10 minutes per square. I can't just
searching
do a
for
lap
anything
around the
is
place.
10 minutes a square.
Is
If you're
there
going to
like-
be,
is there
if you're
like-
just like running a lap and trying to notice something, you'll never notice anything because you're just going to see a bunch of books. If there's like a tracker that could maybe find something.
Yeah. Look in the dust for footprints.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll just look at whatever's on this desk here. That's what he'll look at first.
So move down a square because that's the desk itself that it's in. It doesn't take up the full square or anything. So in front of you, you see a window that's sort of overlooking the cloud or the fog shrouded sort of abyssal cliff drop off. This keep is sort of perched over, and in the distance you can see the graveyard that you had come from. You actually see the streak of your hawk as it flies by, sort of screeches out. You can see actually a couple arrows flying after it as if it's dodging some attack from the guards that are outside as it's trying to keep its proximity closer to the keep for you. The square that you're in, that you're searching, you don't really find anything in that square. Anything on the desk right there is just like old musty tomes of rare, random books that don't really have any bearing on anything that you're doing. You have a square in front of you, to your left and to your right. Where do you want to go next? Okay.
What are you talking?
Anyone else
We're talking-
looking anywhere else?
Yeah, I'm also looking too.
Okay.
So for what it's worth.
Yeah. So you guys are just going square by square, taking your time. You've been in here about a half an hour, 40 minutes at this point. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And you guys are kind of feeling dispirited. You're not really finding anything. Armantaro, as you face that direction and you start searching, you actually come across... let me roll this on your behalf here.
Okay. Armantaro would also kind of like tell everyone as this would have began. He's like, if you see,
Yeah.
you guys know what I want. Spell scrolls.
You're in a U section right now, just so you know.
Oh.
As you're sort of looking at this, you notice that there's a number of different, like, sort of just random books. One of them is called Undead Compendium that you're sort of looking at that looks like it has a little bit more use than others recently.
Yeah, he'll pull it out and start flipping through it.
Okay. What's your height?
Wow, that's a great question. I am short, which is why I play tall elves. What did I put for his height? 6 foot.
You're 6 foot. Okay. So as you open it up, you pull the tome out and you sort of like look down at the tome and it says Undead Compendium. You're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. You sort of look back up at the shelf and look back down, do a sort of a double take on the shelf. And there's a snake-like S that's engraved on the bottom of the shelf that the book was actually sitting on top of.
He'll kind of call out to his companions, be like, anybody recognize this funky little snake somebody painted on this shelf?
Snake.
And he'll
Come
yeah,
over
kind of
and take a look.
Check it out. Yeah.
If you're tall enough, if you're over 5'6", you can see it. If you're not, then you can't see it because you're just too short.
I'm gonna try and jump and see what it see it.
So you're like grabbing on the shelf. And
somebody lift the
jumping up.
kender.
Do I need to
I'll
grab
lift
your
the kender.
box?
So just keep in mind it's a 10-foot square, so only 2 people can be on the facing side of this thing at a time, or 1 Minotaur.
What are you seeing? Describe it.
So basically, it's a snake-like S
Should I
that's on
should I
the.
describe it for you, or should I get you a box?
What?
He's asking the kender if
I was
they want
making
a
a
box
Lord
to
of the
stand
Rings
on.
reference.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Selma said she was gonna lift me up. Well, it makes sense to me. It's his place. He probably got his name all over everything in here.
He just goes around writing his name on stuff. This is mine. This is mine.
This is
This
mine.
is mine.
Well, he's had 300 years of doing nothing
That's
until
true.
the last war.
It's true.
Do any of us
I would do that.
recognize this symbol?
No, it's just an S.
Interesting.
Very strange. You've never seen it before.
If I stand in front of it and cast detect magic from my staff, does it light up, or is it just a?
So as you cast detect magic, you see it just start to dimly radiate just the faintest amount of light. The S
Is it-
itself.
There's a
Is it like
secret
cut
door.
into the wood?
Yeah, it looks like it's burned into the wood or something, like
Wow.
marked.
I'll just reach out and just like try to push it like a button.
Okay. You boop it. Boop. All right. You guys didn't like your friend, did you?
Our friend?
Yeah, the wizard.
What?
You didn't like him, did you?
Oh no!
I'm just wondering
happened?
because instantly the wizard disappears, and I'm gonna move your character to where you reappear. So just
Okay.
give me 1 second.
Selma is freaked out. She hates magic. She's a little stupid.
You find yourself in a completely black room.
I will
Since when
cast.
did the wizard look
I will
no
cast
invisibility?
light from my staff.
You find yourself in the center of an oddly shaped room, and each of the 3 corners of the room is a large mound. Suddenly, the mounds move. Long tentacles whip out to grab you. Initiative.
Ah,
Well.
Shit.
So you are right here.
You and those ropers.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh.
So do I roll initiative, or
Yeah, you might as well
Surprise.
just leave it there.
So what am I rolling?
D6.
Just the d6.
Yeah. I already rolled. I rolled the exact same thing twice. Hey, look at that. It's Kismet.
It's /.
Oh, it's /.
All right, they have initiative. So
Yeah,
the one
that
in the
makes
top right corner is
Mhm.
going to shoot 3 of its tentacles out at you. I need to find these things again. Here it is. All right. What's your armor class?
1.
So that's 3 tentacles. And give me a second. I'm just going to write down his Thaco instead of trying to do it like this. This is kind of a pain that took us. Monsters. So he has 6 hit die. So that puts a 0 at 13. So their Thaco is 13. All right, and you have a 1, so they have to get a 12 or above to hit you. So you see 3 tentacles reach out, and you're just like freaking out. You move your staff up to the side to sort of block one. Another one comes by. You duck down, shimmy off to the side. One comes right at your feet. You jump up in the air. You're feeling pretty good about yourself until the next stow roper shoots its tentacles out at you. 3 of them at the same time. The first 2, you're getting used to this, sort of blocking it off, and the last third one wraps right around you. You remember this feeling because you've actually experienced this before, which was kind of a pain in your ass that last time. You take 4 damage immediately, and let's see. You're immobilized instantly, no saving throw, as
Oof.
if you were turned to stone. You're not actually turned to stone, but you're just immediately just paralyzed and stiff as a board. So, that's still the initial initiative. So what are you guys going to do? You see your friend completely disappear.
I'm gonna
guys.
do what he. I'm gonna do what he did.
You're going to boop it?
Does anyone
All right. The Kender
did he just
boops it.
silent cast a
I'm going to move the
invisibility
Kender.
spell?
You immediately appear as this final stow roper gets to go. What's your armor class?
1.
1 as well. So the first tentacle comes out, wraps around you. The other 2 are not able to. Each of these have 6 tentacles total, just so you guys know. And you're immediately paralyzed as it grabs onto you. What's the rest of you going to do? You saw the second person touch it and vanish.
I'm gonna Who I got next to me? Stolos
I'm gonna
and
press
Selma.
You're going to press it? All right. So, Stolos,
And this is how the party dies.
you appear, and it is the second attack of the first one, and your armor class is -2, so they have to get an 11, 12, 13. It got a 19 on its first roll, so you're immediately paralyzed by that first one. Who's next?
I'll yell up to Indar and be like, Indar, we're disappearing, so if you're coming. And then I guess Kitiara, who's got Kitiara? Is she coming with us too?
Wasn't that a 19
Yeah.
on someone else though?
So,
It was
I'm not sure what
12,
the
4,
turns are.
9, 19, 9, 12. So no, it wasn't.
Maybe we should all touch it together. Everyone get a little finger. and
Yeah. Group touch.
just- Okay, boop touch everyone.
Okay,
That's all.
I'm just going to circle and grab y'all and move you.
Well, group touch it.
All right, so everyone together. I'm just going to put you in your
Surprise!
own little spaces.
Hello.
Oh, geez, you guys are just everywhere. All right, so the second Stow Roper attacks. The first one that's right in front of him is Indar. 1, 2, 3. Indar has an armor class of -4. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 they have to get over. 2 of them actually wrap around Indar, paralyzing him. The third one and final one that can attack is going to go after Selma because she's right in front of it. 1, 2, 3. And your armor class is 3. So it has to get 11, 10, 9, 8. So 2 of them wrap around you. All right. So everyone who was attacked and wrapped, you are paralyzed. Everyone else, it's your turn. So Azalea's pinned. Armantaro's pinned. It is Krellic's turn.
Ooh. All right, big boy. Let's see. He's got some abilities. Detect evil,
So-
immune to disease, lay on hands. What is it? Imminent protection from evil. That's probably not going to be useful here.
So that's a spell, protection from evil. You actually.
So he does have a holy sword. It says
Yeah.
circle of power, 1-inch diameter, dispels magic at 9th level when unsheathed and held. Would that be useful?
This
or
isn't
my-
magic based right now. No.
This is not magic based.
No.
Okay. Then let's just have him do some wackadoodles. Where is he? Krellic. Seeing Indar, his fellow warrior, I think he'd probably charge this guy.
Okay.
And let's do an attack.
So
All right,
the
so
armor
he
class
will
you're
come-
looking to get over is 0, actually.
0. Perfect. Let's go ahead and roll.
Just charge up. Ah!
Oh, it-
Let go of my friend. No one puts
rolled a
Krill
17.
Indar in a corner. So you hack into him.
Yeah. He's not large,
Run
is
up.
he?
Wah! No, they're medium.
Okay.
Do you guys know what these look like? They look like basically like little
She.
torpedo-looking bullets with like 6 tentacles flipping out at them. Oh,
Very
geez.
phallic.
23. Yeah, very phallic. Just 23. Oh, geez. What did I just do? Hold on a second.
I'm picturing this guy and I can't help it. Like the little
It's-
the stick.
They're
Oh.
stow ropers is what they're called. So you charge up, you hack into it, it sort of lets out this weird, almost like farting, like sort of gasp.
That's right.
You can tell they've been stuck in this room for a very long time, and this is the first chance they've had at any food. They're pretty hungry, you know. So you came at just the right
Well,
time.
I shall feed them my sword. I believe he gets another attack.
So that'll be at the end of the round. Who else has
okay.
2 attacks that's not
I think
paralyzed?
Gotcha.
Kitiara,
Kitiara definitely has 2 attacks. So who's Kitiara?
that's me.
All right, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna move up and hit the same one. Is this still up?
Just charge up. Yeah, it is. What? It's armor class 0 you're looking for. It's using a short sword, I believe, of someone's.
Yes.
All right, so 0 has a -5. You did an 18. You had to get a 6. So you hit into it. You hack into it. It screams. Actually, you pierce into it. Screams out damage. Medium, 10 damage. Nice. Sort of making a painful screeching sound as you bury your short sword into it. And then I think, Stolos, you have 2 attacks, don't you?
According to you, I'm grappled.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Who else is not
Is-
grappled right now?
Is Selma?
Yeah, she's
Aulus
grappled.
isn't grappled yet,
All right, Aulus, what are you gonna do?
but I don't have a 2 attack. So if there's anybody else before me,
No, I think that all
Okay.
the 2 attacks are done.
am I aware of these stow ropers at all? Can I?
You guys have
Kind of-
faced them once on the graveyard way in here, and you guys immediately fled.
Okay.
You were given
I
like
see
this one precious lifeline of this delicate hair from an ancient priest, and you immediately broke it right the first encounter.
That's right. We did have that thing that we could have used. Oopsie.
All right, I'm going to lay my hand. Well, let me see if this is touch. Range 6 inches. I'm going to cast Remove Curse
On.
on Selma here in front of me.
Okay. Yeah, what's the casting time on that?
Casting time is 1 round.
Okay. So you
believe.
start now, it'll kick in at the
Yes.
end of the next round.
Sweet. Now, just a quick question about these tentacles. When they attacked the one up top, did we see like Indar move at all? Like, was he able to break free a little bit? Or was
No,
just totally parried? Okay.
it's still around him. Like all the tentacles are still stretched
Oh,
out
gotcha.
around them.
Got it. Okay.
And they're not moving at all. They're just like frozen.
All right.
They're not even blinking their eyes or anything.
Okay.
That answers my question. I was going to see if I could even talk.
No.
Then I'm going to start Remove Curse on Selma.
Okay. Who else is not frozen? Anyone? All right, second attacks. Krellic.
Yep. Again, the tentacle monster right in front of him. He's just
Okay.
going to do another 2-handed blade. Who is Krellic's god? Does anyone know?
Paladin.
Is he Paladin? Okay. He's going to scream
I
like,
think so.
by Paladin's holy light, and then
Nice.
smash it.
So you needed a 0, a 12. You got a 14. You have no negatives with your Holy Avenger. So you hack into him. Give me some damage.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So as soon as you hack into him, you see its body almost kind of fully deflate as you cut right into the chunk of him. You have to use your foot to pull the sword back out. You buried it so deep inside of this nasty body, and it just sort of drops down, sort of like a Jabba the Hutt gasp after Leia choked him to death on the sail barge. All right, so the second attack for Kitiara. Indar, the tentacles drop off of you, and you sort of like shudder a little bit in your body form, but you are completely confused right now. You're looking at everyone, and you don't understand who they are, what you're doing here. Like, this is completely foreign to you. Like, you just like woke up and you don't know anyone or anything. You're just in
Okay.
complete. So basically what it means is you're drugged for 10 turns. So that's like 100 minutes, right? So for a very long time, you're just going to be wandering aimlessly. Like, you can't attack, you can't defend, you can't really do anything.
Oh boy.
But you're free, which is good. Kitiara, your second attack.
I'm moving. I'm going to attack that one. Rolling.
Okay.
Oh, wrong tune. Sorry.
It's okay.
Make sure I got the right one. Uh-oh. That's a modified
So,
20, isn't
That's
it?
still great, though. You still hit.
Yeah.
You hack into it.
Yes. Yes.
Run the short sword to the hilt. Ah! Die! Yeah, well, maybe not to the hilt. You prick it. But you got it. Good job. Next round, initiative. Let's go back to the Paladin rolling initiative.
Well, roll high.
Right. E6.
Oh, so
I
yeah,
don't
you guys
wanna
are
roll
actually
high.
surprised for some reason. You're just like, oh, these things they won't die. So the Stow Roper goes. This one has 2 people in its tentacles, so it can't do anything. This one has Selma and Stolos in it, so it can't do anything. But drag you closer. Let me look really quick. What's the move? Each hit, 50% loss in strength also, just by the way. So everyone that's wrapped up right now, your strength is half what it was before. That'll affect you for quite some time. And you're dragged 10 feet closer this turn. So Stolos is closer. Selma is closer. Azalea is closer. That's 5, 10. And Armantaro is closer. You were right there. And let's see. So Stolos, I don't think you took damage when you were initially hit. That was 4 damage. Selma, I don't think I gave you damage when you were initially hit. That was 5 damage. Azalea, I'm not sure I gave you damage either. That's 4 damage. And it's just dragging you in, and you see this open maw that you're just sort of in this petrified daze that you know you're going to be consumed by this thing, but you just kind of don't really have a feeling about it right now. You're just like, oh, okay, this is the inevitable. Aulus, were you hit?
No, I wasn't hit.
Okay. So you finish your spell. You're still within range of Selma, and the remove curse goes off. You call out to Mishakal, but nothing really happens. You're not really sure what's going on.
Well, it's not a curse, so it isn't magical.
Now, while you're sitting there and that goes off, you're actually noticing in this room, where is it? Behind the creature to the south, you see a blue 10-inch long rod stuck into a circular pedestal that's right behind it. It's inscribed with a pentagram. It's not your turn to act, but that's just what you're seeing because you're looking in the direction. Now that the wizard had his light on, as you guys, sort of your spell goes off, and now you're sort of no longer focusing on that. Everyone else is focusing on enemies, or they're paralyzed, so they can't notice it. So it's basically right here behind the creature. All right, so now it's your turn, Kitiara. You got 2 attacks. What are you going to do? Kitiara.
Sorry. I'm gonna. Is that me? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna attack the one up in front of us right here.
All right. Roll attack. You're looking for a 0 armor class.
So it looks like
you needed a 6. You got an 18. Well, you needed an 11 with your -5. But you bury it into it again. You're just stabbing this thing. Why won't you die? And just squealing and a little green blood splurting out of every wound. You sort of pincushion into it.
Driving that sword in.
Krellic. You're up. Paladin.
Right. Everyone's kind of stacking up on him, but I think...
Well, 2 of them are being pulled into his gaping maw.
Oh,
One person's attacking that one. And down to the south, 2 people are being pulled into its maw, and it doesn't have anyone attacking
So Krellic will probably run around the side here and come in and try to slice off some of the tentacles.
Okay, roll to hit.
Let's roll for Krellic. Here comes his 2-handed Holy Avenger sword. Rolled a 17.
Nice. You hack into, you're close enough to hack into both of them, and he just goes right through it almost like butter with a 26 damage. Jeez. Great job, dude. You just hack right into it, and it squeals out, and tentacles drop around. Its little stubs are flipping around everywhere, little green blood splattering everywhere, and just sort of spraying the walls like Jackson Pollock painting. Second attack, who else? Aulus, you're up for your first attack.
I feel frustrated. Misha calls light. I don't want to say failed me, but perhaps I failed Misha call. So I want to turn and see if I can do anything for Indar. So I've kind of figured out it's not a curse, so perhaps it's a physical ailment. Perhaps I can cure him of it. But I don't have any like poison stuff. Is a light like cure any wounds something that would?
I can't tell you anything about that. You just have to tell me what you want to do.
I'm just gonna try to cure light wounds, perhaps.
Right.
Try to cure light wounds on Indar here. See if I.
That's a good lesson, Armantaro.
You got remove poison or anything like that, or
I don't have remove poison or disease. No. Or bless curse.
Do you have anti-Stowroper venom?
Anti-Stowroper venom.
Okay, so you're going to do Cure Light Wounds. Go ahead and cast it.
Well, Indar, are you missing any health?
I think maybe I've taken 10 points.
Okay, so you know what? We'll do something here. All right, so I'm going to do Cure Light Wounds. Is essentially just gives him 1d8 wounds.
Okay.
Or health back. Oh, I should probably just roll that d8.
Yeah.
4. I try to pour the healing
Now,
light of Mishikal
Indar,
into him.
because you don't know this person, you don't
shoot.
recognize him at all. He's reaching out to touch you. Doesn't mean he's an enemy. You just don't know him. You've seen healers before. He's clearly grasping a holy medallion. You don't recognize what's on it. You are completely confused. How would you react to someone trying to touch you?
I'd probably just be like, just not standoffish, but like he probably did already put his hands on me, but I'm like, whoa, what's going on here?
Okay.
So just more kind of like
you're able to reach out and touch him, and he sort of pulls away as this sort of healing gleam closes up 4 hit points worth of wounds on his body.
Whoa, boy! Whoa!
Easy,
man, boy.
Do the wait. What's that? That's not a knife. This is the knife guy. He's all. You guys know what I'm talking about? Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh yeah.
Do that. It'll work. If it's on a movie, it's got to be true. All right, so that was Aulus' second attack for Kitiara.
All right, I'm gonna attack again. We find that out. Sheet is that? There it is. Oh.
You need a 6 with -5, so 11. So you barely miss as it's sort of like squealing and squirming around. You see your friends sort of getting really close, so you're trying to do your best. Well, friends, the people that you're following, getting really close to you, which sort of throws you off. You sort of jab and hit the stone wall behind. Second attack for Krellic.
Yeah, so he's right there, still seeing his allies in danger. He will slice again.
So Stolos and Selma, you're no longer wrapped up, but now
perfect.
you're just completely confused and just sort of looking around, not recognizing anyone or anything. You don't feel like threatened, but you also don't feel welcomed. You're just sort of like in this weird null and void space. All right, so you hack into him again with the Holy Avenger. Just like pin it right to the ground, 12 damage. It lets out this
then it
sound.
deflates.
And right behind it, as it's sort of deflating, you see this circular pedestal with this blue rod sticking out of it. And that is you guys' turn. Stow Roper, it pulls the remaining 2 in. Oh, man. And you are now consumed and dead. No, I'm just kidding. As it's pulling you in, it's like trying to get both of you in, which is a little bit tough. If anyone's tried to eat 2 humans at once before, you understand what I mean. So Azalea, you take 4 damage. Armantaro, you take 6 damage. It's sort of like this massive maw is sort of like openly trying to chomp on both of you. It's just like trying to move its tongue around to get the Kender into one cheek side, and it can't quite get you both in at once. You're just being chewed on. And that's the initiative. Let's start back at the top. D6. He got a 5.
Oh.
Average.
Dude. So it keeps trying to pull them in. Azalea, you take 7 more hit points. Azalea, you take 8. Or Armantaro, I'm sorry. You take 8 hit points. And Indar, Stolos, and Selma, I'm sorry, you just can't really act. You're just stunned. You're just wandering around without thought and just sort of blank. What about you, Krellic? What do you? Or let's do Kitiara first because she's right there.
Okay, I'm gonna attack again.
All right. You missed it by 1. So it's like moving around. You're trying to move your short sword around the bodies. They're actively like stuffed and stuck in its maw, and you can't really find a good opening as you're trying to stab. Krellic, what are you gonna do?
Attack.
Yeah, I mean, Krellic is not one to shy away from combat.
Put my friends down. By Paladin, you will release them.
Paladin has given him the strength, and he shall use it.
Paladin's made him the only one effective in this combat. So let's just keep rolling.
The man is just skipping between.
Oh my god! He just charges up, hacks into this thing. 13 damage. Wow. Not as good as before. You sort of slip on a little bit of your own friend's blood, a little bit of horror flashes over your face as you sort of refocus your efforts. Who else? Aulus, what are you going to do?
Oops.
1DF?
Yeah, I
You are
accidentally hit the fudge.
Effed.
What's a
Oh,
negative
man.
1 do?
So are Selma and Stolos there? Or they also appear confused?
We're
Yeah.
there,
Okay.
but the night lights are not
Then I'm
on.
going to hold out my amulet of Mishakal, and I'm going to start on a prayer of like rest and calmness, and let Mishakal's light kind of shine around these three to try to calm them down.
What's that prayer sound
And
like?
I'll be like, "Come, kneel with me, brothers and sisters, so that we may pray."
So
Who are
you're, like,
you?
having a sermon. They're like,
No, thank
What are
you.
you?
But hey,
are
even if
you?
they don't like it, it'll catch them off, on the back foot, so they won't. attack us.
okay.
Did I
Sounds
get
like
stuck
someone
in
walking
like
up to
the
your door
weird
and, like-
Scientology?
Yeah.
Like,
Where am I?
equivalent?
Who am I?
Let me
Brother,
examine
sisters.
you. Wait, what are those called? We need to have an
Don't-
audit. Come here. Let me hook this
Yeah,
up to you.
don't audit me.
All right, Kitiara, you're up. Scientologist.
All right,
It's
I am
technically called.
again. Maybe I could roll something higher than a 10. Let's see.
You could do it. I believe in
I
you.
can. Thanks. And oh,
No, you
that was
can't.
that was too short. Man.
Don't. So you're doing your best. This is just a weird situation. There are these two bodies stuck in the mouth of this weird tunnel-looking like tentacle
We're getting
creature.
chewed on.
Krellic, your second attack.
Kill it.
Yep, here he comes.
Come on, big roll.
Man himself.
Hit.
You're just hacking at it, doing your
Ooh,
best
boy.
to move around the one time. And you, like
Oof.
stab at the stone as it's like sort of squirming around. All right, initiative. Oh, God.
Gosh, man.
Ugh.
Ugh, we're gonna lose our freaking people. All right, Azalea, it's eating you. You take
Yeah.
4 damage. Armantaro, you take 6 damage.
And I am at -5.
Okay,
Pretty soon it's just going to be an arm and a toe.
yeah. So Armantaro is pretty much just a foot hanging out of its mouth, which is why the Kender can't be stuffed in. It's trying to stuff it in his cheek, but it's not really fitting very well. Not like an acorn or something. So Armantaro, basically, you're bleeding out. Once you get to -10, you're dead. So
Ah.
they need to get you out of this thing and bandage you up, or you die. Which is
Cool.
not awesome.
Don't forget, I can always raise you back. So
But you can play Kitiara.
Ooh,
We're
yeah.
we were discussing how we're gonna go totally necro on this and just start bringing back all the dead parts.
Reduce, reuse,
Nice.
rekeep.
Okay. All right. So it's its turn. So it did the damage. Actually, for its move, it's just going to I can't even grab it. It shuffles back into the corner because it's kind of trapped, and it just sort of inadvertently brings both of you with it. You're both kind of on its same space too, in its pie hole. All right. So first attack's Kitiara.
Body shield.
Just cut the wizard's foot off. He doesn't need anymore. There's no way.
I rolled a 7. I missed.
Oh man. All right,
Not
Krellic.
bad.
She's just horrified by it all. Actually, she's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, I thought I was supposed to be safe with you
So-
people.
If,
Could I
if
use
Krellic,
my shapeshift ability to mimic a new foot? We'll deal with that though later. It's fine.
I'm not gonna risk hitting Armantaro, am I?
I mean,
Now that he's inside this thing,
mm,
let's find
Do-
out.
do-
Krellic
do it
is
feels
really
right,
not one
man.
to
Do what
think
feels
about
right.
these things. I think.
Roll those dice, baby.
Oh, never mind. Ouch.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to like do some weird sashimi thing, and it's just not quite working with the giant holy avenger.
It's crazy.
Aulus, you're still like praying, like, why won't you people join me in prayer?
Yeah.
It's good.
Do not deny Misha Call. Who's hurting bad here? Oh, I guess we have someone hanging out of the mouth.
Yeah, the wizard's
They might
getting
be
eaten here.
hurting.
I just don't.
Who's hurt?
Who's
What,
hurting?
actively
And
being
I'm like,
eaten?
hi, -5
I feel-
over here.
Somebody
I'm
laid a
going
finger on your
to
butterfinger.
chant
That was not as fun as I wanted to be.
here. That's gonna give. Who's hitting next? Kitiara, Krellic,
Aulus,
Krellic.
you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to chant, give a quick chant for Krellic, and that's going to give him a +1 to hit.
What's this casting time on that?
Whoops. Let me look that up. Really quick.
I can do it too.
Oh, gosh.
I'll be right back. I gotta let the dogs out.
We're all fighting, and he just drops a beat. Like,
Palms are
Alright,
sweaty. Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, he's not even. It's soft spaghetti.
Here's me, one
he's
round
not
to
even playing
level.
a bard.
My bad.
that's why it's a chant. That's all he knows.
Yeah. Says it over and over again.
Yeah, so it looks about 1 round per level of chant.
Is that's the duration or that's the casting time?
That was the duration, excuse me. I just lost it again. It's really hard to control F chant because in the
I know,
spellbook
that's what I'm
everything
doing
is
too.
enchantment. So I just look at prayer because it's pretty much the same spell.
Well, that's not the same at all. What are you talking about? Enchantment. This is ridiculous.
I'm just gonna look this up. I'm just gonna change my spell to prayer then, because I can't find the chant, and that one is area of effect is a 60-foot radius.
And the casting time?
Casting time is 1 round/level. I'm assuming that's per level.
So yeah, it's only effective as you're doing it, I think. Is that what the description says on prayer?
It says once the prayer is uttered, the cleric can do other things, unlike
Okay.
chant, which
So
I've
it takes
continued
1
to do.
round per level to do it for casting time. Is that what it said?
Casting time is excuse me, 6 segments.
Okay. So that'll trigger at the end of this round.
Okay.
So Kitiara, you?
All right, come on, Kitiara, hit. Roll to attack. Yo.
You'll get plus.
Nice.
Oh, it's not an effect. Never mind.
Give me some damage.
All right, come on, big hit, big damage. 5.
All right.
Okay.
You hack into it, and it's still like swallowing your wizard. actively.
Jeez.
Are you adding her +2 to damage with that sword?
It should be.
Yeah, it should be adding it into it. I'm looking at it right now, and it is. It looks like he
It
rolled
is.
a 1.
Well,
So it's damage bonus plus magical bonus, which is giving it the 5.
how'd she become a High Lord?
Well, clearly our Minotaur was not rolling for her when she was a High Lord. He's cursed or something. Krellic.
Yep. All right, Krellic, come on. He's just playing around at this point. So. All right. Okay, here we go.
Oh, nice. All right, give me some
Let's
damage.
get it.
I mean, just your
Give me
plus
some
5
high
would do enough.
rolls.
You hack into it, it deflates. Your wizard is sort of in the middle of its maw. Just from experience, you know you have to stabilize him immediately or he's going to continue to bleed out, or heal him, and that'll stop it as well. But
Medic.
Azalea, you're finally loose, and you're like crawling out of this thing's mouth, looking around. You don't recognize anyone. Everything's weird.
So that's what it feels like to be eaten.
I got let me through. I'm gonna kneel down and what is this? Death's Door. I will bring them back to 0 hit points and stops all bleeding and deterioration for the duration. And the
Nice.
duration is 1 hour per level.
Okay. You could also just stabilize them, which is basically an action, and it stops them from bleeding out.
Then yeah, never mind. I
We're
will
not in
use my
initiative right
magic.
now. You could also just heal him. I mean,
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna instead of that, I will throw a. Let me just check how many. I think I have 1 more 5th level. Oh, I have 2 since I leveled up. I'm gonna throw a. What is it? Cure greater wounds. What is it? I'm still
you would
working
have
my way
to
through.
have
Cleric.
memorized it beforehand because you guys haven't had a chance to rest. So
Yes.
if that was memorized on your sheet already, then you could cast it. If not, then you wouldn't be able to.
Where is it? I definitely have cure light wounds.
I know the Paladin has lay on hands.
Oh yeah, you're dead. I forgot about that. Yeah. All right, Krellic. Still running as the MVP. He'll do his quick little lay on hands, which is 2 HP per level of experience, or 18 HP once a day. I'll just throw the 18 HP there at.
Right. So
Azalea.
Armantaro, you sort of
Or
just in
Armantaro, excuse me.
blackness, and you just sort of see this brilliant light, and this platinum dragon image just sort of appear in front of you and look down sort of kindly with its massive head at your sort of essence, your spirit as it were, and it just whispers, "Not yet." And you sort
Gives
of
you a little kiss.
open your...
Little kiss. So because I was at -5, does that put me up to 13 or 18?
As soon as you're stabilized, you're at 0, and so just start from there.
Okay.
And then ultimately, you're still confused. You don't know these people. Like, you're completely like everyone else. So there's 3 of you who know what's up. Everyone else is just sort of wandering around, crazy, confused. You can't really even communicate with each other because you don't really remember how to do anything. You're just like, oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I've accidentally started levitating with my boots, and I'm not sure how.
Upside
How to
down.
come back down?
Guys.
What?
I'm gonna break out some dice.
Time to
Who wants to
gamble.
play a game? And I'll shake them.
So you see that pedestal at the bottom.
Well, I'm trying to get these guys back in their right mind before one of them triggers a trap. So I'm just trying to distract them like a bunch of school children, probably. Be like,
He-
"Oh, candy."
He pulls out a set of like dungeon keys, and he's like, classic move.
Nice. Classic.
Yeah. So that's what I'll do
Aulus.
until everyone is in their right mind.
Okay, it's going to take a while. So you guys have like over an hour. In
Are
this
they?
room.
They're not like violent, right? They're just
no, they're
confused?
just sort of wandering around confused, not really
Yeah.
understanding anything. So you guys are just like leaving the pedestal alone this whole time?
I think until
Well,
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you definitely
don't touch
know what it is.
it.
if it's still in my nature, of
Touch
course
it?
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, that's true.
So it says wander about aimlessly until the venom wears off.
Oh,
So
okay.
you wouldn't be able to actively grab or do anything really. You just wander around,
Krellic is
bumping
seems
into
like a
walls.
straightforward guy. So I think he'll walk up to the pedestal and do a quick examination.
Yeah, it looks like a blue rod. And you know that you were supposed to come here to collect rods to put together into like the rod you're supposed to shove into the abyss hole, which sounds a lot dirtier than I meant it to. But yeah, I mean, that's your mission.
No time like the present, and Krellic will reach out and grab it.
Krellic immediately disappears.
Whoa! Didn't see that one coming, crew. Is the rod also disappear or just Krellic?
The rod did disappear as well.
The rod also disappears too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone
rod
else
was
is
a short
wandering around in this light room, only lit by the staff. How long does that light spell last?
So light
You guys don't
lasts.
have to actively move yourselves around.
It's funnier this way.
Okay.
So light, it says that it is 7 turns at first level, and I have a 9th level, and then it goes up by 1 everyone after that. So,
Oh yeah, so you guys are lit.
14
You're good.
turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like dramatic shadows being cast as everyone moves past Armantaro and he moves past them, and you guys are just doing this weird. You're getting your steps in, is what you're doing.
Where's a bard when you need one, right?
Does my
Holy good
Fitbit
there.
go off?
Yeah, you're definitely going.
With my congratulations, you've hit your steps for the day.
So what about the 2 people, Kitiara and Aulus? What do you guys do? You see your friend.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
should
look at
probably-
Kitiara
Yeah.
as these hooligans are wandering around and be like, "Do you, by chance, know anything about this rod?"
I
That
have
just
no idea. I've never seen it before. I've never seen this room before. Those creatures should not be here.
yes.
They
They
must be
shouldn't be
guardians
here.
of some sort.
So
Well, I can
guess-
only assume they were guarding the rod. Oh, well, Kitiara, it would be of great help if you could look for that symbol to return that we had touched.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to mention to you
So
as well.
as the wizard gets close to you guys, you see that on top of the pedestal, there's another S symbol.
There's another S symbol. Okay. Very well. I shall forge ahead to look for Krellic, and I'm going to reach out and
Reach out and touch face.
Are we splitting the party 3 ways?
Heck yeah. That's how you do.
it's only 2 ways so far, right?
All right, so you appear next to Krellic,
Nope.
next to
What?
the bookshelf with the S.
Okay. Could Kitiara maybe
Yeah.
grab one of these folks by the hand and just put their finger on?
If they're okay with you grabbing them by the hand, then
Sashay away.
So I asked nicely, and let me help you.
They just wandering aimlessly, basically. So, you're gonna have to kind of guide them. Give me a dexterity check. See if you can sort of like corral them. You're trying your heart. Well, that was Indar.
Was that Indar?
Give
Sorry
Kitiara.
about that.
And who's the first person you're going to try to guide?
I'll put everyone keeps moving around.
And then Kitiara, consider this. They're in a confined space right now. If you put them in the library, they could arguably wander around the whole keep until it wears off. So do you want it to wear off here? Or in a...
Yeah, I think we're safer in here right now. And so I think Kitiara could probably just go touch it, let Krellic and Aulus what the plan is. As I let them know that if we get the rest of the group over here in the library,
you could come back if you left.
Well, that's the goal.
Right. So you're touching it?
I
love that you guys just moving around.
Yeah, I think I'll probably just, now that I really think about it, like, why don't we just Kitiara will probably just stay here, thinking that this stuff, hopefully this stuff will wear off, and then once they start to come down off of it, then there's that S symbol there, and let's go ahead and just each of you push it so we can hopefully get back to where we first started.
Aulus, he went.
Just say that the rest of us understood the assignment when you said wander aimlessly in the room. So
yes, you did. Yes, you did. That's role playing, folks. Krellic and Aulus, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, my goal was to check wherever Krellic went, just again if he was being attacked by stow ropers or something. So knowing this, we'll have a quick conversation and we'll touch the little S.
I do
Again?
have a quick question.
Again.
What's up?
Do I notice them pressing this weird little thingy that makes them go poof?
No, not with this effect you have on you. You're just wandering aimlessly. You guys do actually appear back in the same room. Just
Warp traveling. All right, I'll shrug at Kitiara and be like, well, I
you got
think
an
we just
hour
wait
of this.
till-
We're gonna be here.
Who's a cook? Can you cook?
With what?
I don't know. We got like a little campfire, right?
I brought a small pot. Brought smoked deer and a wineskin.
Oh, yo.
You're also
Aulus will
wandering
hook it
around
up.
aimlessly.
Yeah, you gotta get it out of my backpack. It's like a game.
All right, I'm gonna cook up a little stew from whatever I can find. Food is comforting.
where's the Kinder with the sticky fingers? It's like, I will borrow this out of your bag and this out of your bag.
So is this
Wandering aimlessly.
Isn't the
think
Kinder
as we're
also a
waiting
dum
to-
dum?
Then we're good. We're just all wandering.
I think as we're waiting too.
So this is probably the worst hour of your life. You're just watching these strangers in this very confined space with 3 rotting corpses of stow ropers, and just filling up the room with its musk and funk and blood and gore, and you're just huffing it. No one else seems to mind except for the 3 of you that are, sort of conscious and in control of yourselves. But yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Do you want to inspect
Could
the
be a
rest of
lot-
the room? See if there's anything other than that S and the 3.
I mean, you've got an hour.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, just inspect it.
Could be
All
a
right.
lot worse.
So you eventually find that there is a secret door right here leading into another completely dark room.
Oh boy.
I'll come forward with my holy light shining.
Shine that light. All right, you come in and it illuminates this just contained room. There's nothing in it.
Welp.
Now
Armantaro
filled.
shouts out. He intends to say, "New place to wander," but all you hear is blah, 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 blah.
So you all eventually, we don't have to roleplay the hour. You all eventually come to just like sort of stop for a
I
second,
was
look around
really just getting into that. So
like, what the hell is going on?
Why am I so tired?
My
Why
legs.
does it feel like I just walked around the mall for like 7 hours?
Yes.
Why,
Well,
why does it feel like I did a whole day's worth of fighting?
You-
What
happened?
happened?
Why
I
do I
remember
have?
being in. Why am I? Where am I? I was in a
Why do
library.
I have
like,
chew marks
So,
on my
2 minutes
stomach?
ago.
Yeah.
these are all
chewed
valid
on?
questions.
Explains
I
to the
looked like I
wizard that
was
you were
chewed on?
eaten by one of the ropers.
Oh, God
So we had
damn
to
it.
pull you out of the mouth of it, and the rest of you were hit by them that caused this state of dementia or memory loss.
Is this
And I
hole in my
converted you
back
to
gonna
Mishikov.
heal?
Dude, where's my cart?
All right. I think
So
Okay.
you
this would
said
be
there
a
was
great
nothing
place.
in this room?
Yeah.
For a
How do
long
we
rest.
get out of this room?
Well, I think we should probably rest in here. I've used quite a few spells to try to help you all out.
But is
Yeah.
there a
All
way
right, I'll make
out? I
It
thought-
smells pretty bad in here at this point.
Does it smell bad in here?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We can
Does
probably
it
stay in
smell
the
worse
library.
than Indar?
Yeah, it's worse than me, guys.
Okay.
It's 3
Even
gory
Indar's not
stone
liking it.
runners.
And Indar. It's not like Indar's smell isn't gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just-
Other smells are there.
What if
Do
we,
it a lot
what if we
worse,
push
right.
all of the stuff into this other room and close the door?
Oh.
What if we go in that room?
And close the door.
I don't think
yeah.
there's enough room for us in there.
Yeah, the
Can we all
special
fit?
No.
4.
Yeah, if we're all standing, we'll be like sardines.
You guys
Can we all
just
fit in the room?
dreaming for? Yeah, you can. Dreaming
Just-
for a
Okay.
window.
Just
A
sleep
fresh
dog pile.
breeze.
I'll pass around my wineskin for everybody to have like a sip.
I don't drink.
I look up at Indar and I'm like, I swear to God, if you fart in here, I feel nothing.
He's like a space hero though. It's nice. It's probably nice, and cozy. So
It's nice and warm at least, yeah.
Just
but-
don't tempt me.
I'm gonna look straight at him and go, "Oh, it's not him. You should be worried about."
I can confirm.
it's not a contest, please.
You know your farts are bad when God says like, "Oh yeah, they're pretty horrible" from the sky.
And then I would continue to cast like if we needed light, I would continue to cast light from my staff if we needed it for whatever. But yeah, a long
How
rest
long are
sounds
you
amazing.
planning on being here?
Long rest,
How,
I think.
So there's
how
no
long
like
is a
long rest. It's just overnight. So basically, right now it is like 1:30 in the afternoon. So if you want to stay here for like 8 hours so that some of you can sleep and some of you can memorize and pray and then get some rest on your own, that's the only way that you're going to be able to really get your spells back or memorize new spells or anything like that.
Was anyone in the library long enough? Like, was there any other door? Like, could we barricade that door? It's a bigger space. We could move around.
As you
I
guys
mean,
are
this is
sitting in
maybe
here,
safer.
you don't remember any other doors in the library. It was pretty much windows to the outside, which is just like drop off the keep, and then the door you came in. That's it.
If I check in with my hawk, what is he seeing outside right now?
Where you are right here, you're having a hard time making connections as you sort of go into a meditative state, trying to reach out and connect.
I would ask everyone to. Well, I think I first Armantaro would come into this room, and like close the door and like cast detect magic to see if there's something else in here, and like vice versa. Like, is there something that's
You
blocked?
see the
He's trying to decide.
pedestal that's like a little, the S room lightly glowing on top of it, but that's
Okay. And then like we don't have to move everything, but he would like come back in here and say, okay, everybody go step out there for a second, cast detect magic in it, and see. He wants to see is like there's something in this room that's blocking this
Okay.
tiny room.
Make sure that you're marking off your use.
So detect magic from my staff, it doesn't cost me anything. It's a free cast.
Oh, okay. It's just the time.
So yeah, detect magic, enlarge, portal, and light. I can basically cast like a 5e cantrip.
So as you cast it, you're sort of like looking around this room. There's nothing in here. It's just a sort of a vacuum.
Okay. All right. So then he just try to make sure there's nothing else weird in here, guys, and then
Really, probably just distance is the problem.
is the distance. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's fine. He just for the sake of making sure, because we found a weird room that has no apparent use. So
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't even know about the rod. No one said anything. So
I hope we find one of those rods,
Oh,
guys.
right. Ah, I forgot.
oh, you mean this?
We found the rod.
Oh, this? Oh, yeah,
A rod.
yeah.
I've been
I think
keeping it
Krellic
warm.
has it
Don't
currently.
ask how.
So
Do we?
GG.
So if we can come back and did someone at some point explain that like we can by touching the S we can come in and out of this room? That's a little portal. I'm asking, not the DM. Did anyone else explain this?
No.
I managed to travel back to the library and then back again, so there should be no issue returning that I know of.
But it was never mentioned.
I mean, if the only door in and out, like maybe we go there, we can do any more searching that we feel is necessary. Have some space to.
If
clear
you're actively searching, you're
out
not
and-
resting. So if you're
No. So I'm suggesting we go back, we spend some time there, and then because if we try to wander around at night, we have to deal with the undead.
Mhm.
If we wander around
I have
during
my
the
spoon.
day, it's the draconians.
Pass the spoon.
I know. I tried to bring you 8 more spoons, and you didn't want them. They're here in
But
my
that's
pockets.
not this one from Uncle Tass. Those
Okay.
are Soth spoons.
Yeah, I think above game Armantaro still has no idea what the spoon's about, so he's just like, whatever, it's fine. Like for years, you guys have been traveling together, and he's like, "What the hell is with the spoon? Does somebody want to explain this?" No, but he's just he's suggesting like we can go back there, spend some time seeing if there's any other information to get in the library that is sort of safe with only one entrance, and then come back here at night to rest once it's dark, and then hit it fresh first thing in the morning when there are not undead wandering around the castle.
You know, it sounds like a good plan. I think within this floor alone, maybe we should just map this out. Just go ahead and clear it out because we've been finding a lot of good stuff in this particular area.
Well, the only issue we're going to have is to get back out of the library, we have to go through that room that everyone hated, that also was trapped, that also... Yeah.
What room was this?
Oh, no,
That
we
was-
had to go... It was the stairs. We had to go back down to the next level down and then come back up. Because to get to the library, we had to go in through the secret stairs.
Okay. Now, this room here, when I was pinging there, did we ever figure that one out yet, or?
No.
Nope. So that's just Armantaro's suggestion. Is like if we go back to the library, we have some space.
Okay.
Maybe there's stuff there. We come back into this room, teleport back into here
For
to
night.
rest, where it's safe and secure. Hopefully.
Sure, we should
And-
split then. Half of us rest, half of us explore real quick, and then like switch over after 2 hours or something.
It's going to
Sure.
take full 8 hours for anyone to get any benefit.
Is there anything? Remind me above game here. Is there any? There's nothing equivalent to like a short rest in first edition, is
No,
there?
no.
Okay. So, yeah.
Let's
so
just
that's-
rest, and then I think we just explore after that, because I don't have many spell slots left.
That'll be 9 at night. Or 9:30.
Yeah, it'll be late with the undead everywhere. Are you sure that Mishikal can
I
protect
will pray
all of
to
us for that
Mishikal,
long?
and I will hold spells to help us with the undead. I have invisibility to undead, which could be useful.
Well, my vote is we explore the library and then rest at night. But that's just my vote. What does everybody else want to do?
Yeah, except we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. And so we can go ahead and back to the library, wait till it gets dark, and then come back in this room, and then the cleric can rest.
I mean, you've got people that are pretty hurt.
How
I
does
think
daylight
Kitiara is.
savings time work in in this realm? Like, when is dark? Like, how many hours would it be if we were to go back to the library? Like, do we know how long it would be before? Like, how long would we be in the library chilling?
You've never
Before we
really
tried-
explored Dargaard before. This region is different. It's almost perpetually shrouded in mist. So the idea of it getting dark, it's always kind of dark. So when do the undead come out? When do the draconians come out? You just don't know.
Okay.
And the wizard can't see through his hawk.
He can't connect with his hawk right now.
Gotcha. Well, I think it'd be a good idea for you to at least step out and contact your bird boy.
All right. And he'll look over at like Indar and be like, "Do you want to back me up here? Just to can
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
probably.
a shield to go to the library?"
Looks like the
Like,
Kender.
Yeah, that's
did.
fine. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go through. I'll go ahead with it. Indar will go through and push the button.
yeah.
Go ahead and move yourselves back to the library. You see the Kender sort of like running around and doing what Kender do.
Looking for blueprints.
Exploring. You actually do find some maps. A whole section
Yes.
in the M section for maps. It's all pre-cataclysm maps. You don't, I mean, it doesn't say pre-cataclysm. It just says maps, but just sort of above game.
That's okay. These are maps Uncle Tass does not have.
So Armantaro wants to do two things. He wants to check in with his bird, and then after that, he is apparently, if it's categorized alphabetically, he's going to go to wherever the hell S is and look for a spell book. So
there's no spell books in this.
Damn it!
And this is
Fine.
a knight's place.
All right, fair. So yeah, he'll just try to connect with his hawk talon to see what's going on.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm looking for.
All right, I'm just gonna start praying then, if no one minds.
Nope.
I owe some devotion to my god.
Okay.
Pray away. I gotta change up my
Yeah.
spell list here.
I was gonna say at this point, there you pray to Mishikal so much, I don't think any of us notice it anymore. It's like when someone else calls it out, they're like, "What's he doing over there?" Like, don't worry about it. It's fine. He's just
Yep, it's very intimate.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's all
Hello.
inside.
He's in a love-hate relationship right now.
All right, so
She's my
you're-
dummy
you're-
mommy.
Jeez. You're reaching out to your hawk, and you finally do make a connection now that there's like sort of windows and space. You're not sort of isolated by just the rocks all around you, but it is sort of breaking up. There's you're sort of reaching out, and you can tell that it's pretty far away, as if you're on a cell phone and it's going through canyons or something. You're getting static. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? What are you trying to connect with it with?
So I'm trying to remember with the Find Familiar spell. I gotta go find the Find Familiar spell. What how much information I get from him. Like, can I have like a conversation with him in first edition, or can I not? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's not really like an open verbal communication that you have with them. I mean, there's even
Sure.
like that telepathic link and stuff is only really when you're close by, when you're sort of feeding off them. The negative aspect is that it takes life from you if it dies. But from where you are, you're just sort of getting the sense that it's trying to stay away for its own safety, because there seems to be people hunting it.
Okay. I would tell it to, because I think that there's a range on it that it has to stay within, or it disappears as well. There might not be. I can't remember. Yeah, he would just tell him stay safe, and then when you are close, I'll try to connect you again. Try to come back when it's safe, but stay out as long as you have to.
Right. Yeah, the biggest bonus is that when it's nearby, you get bonuses to your saving throws, and then if it's within 12 inches, which is 120 feet in a combat situation, you actually get a bonus of its hit points added to yours, and that's kind of it. But right now, it's staying away just for safety. These bored draconian guards are sort of taking pot shots at it as it comes close.
Yeah, so he's just gonna tell him to stay away and stay safe. He doesn't want to lose him. So
Okay. So it flies off. Are you guys gonna plan on staying in your respective areas for the full 8 hours, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch the button again and get back.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm praying,
go-
getting some new spells.
I'm gonna go to the K section for knights and see if there are ever any Kender knights.
Okay.
Oh.
You're flipping through these ancient tomes. Some of them are crumbling to dust in your hands, and you're just "Huh, okay, moving to the next volume.
Yep.
Sort of checking it out, having a good time. Armantaro, are you trying to rest?
He'll follow the Kender around for a minute and for a little bit and see is there anything interesting that he finds because he's just ripping through shelves, I imagine.
No.
And so
Yeah,
if there's-
it's almost
if
a
there's
travesty that you're watching him just destroy these books.
Yeah, so after 20 or 30 minutes, he's I can't stomach this
can't
anymore.
watch
He'll
this.
go back over, and then he'll teleport back over to the other room, and be hey buddy, when you're ready to go to sleep, just come back. Don't stay out here all alone.
Don't tuck yourself out. All right, Azalea, give me a intelligence check, please.
Okay. Let me pull up the character sheet here. Got small and got lost somewhere. Let's roll off the intelligence stat.
Just roll
Off
under
the
your
char-
intelligence.
Off the character sheet. Okay. 20.
Oof. I don't think you have a 19 intelligence, do you?
No, I'm not an Irda.
Okay. So you don't really notice anything. You do notice the sound of a spell, like the sort of arcane language being spoken aloud. You're not really sure where it's coming from, but
Oh, great.
almost instantly when it finishes, you actually see this sort of mist start forming all around the southern end of this library. So let me
Where the symbol is.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, wait. Let me do the border rather than fill. Oh, geez. We'll do green. So you just see this mist sort of fill the area. And some sort of laughing. And then the sound is coming from somewhere in this area, sort of the south west of where you are. But you don't see anything, and you didn't even really notice it until it actually went off. And it's just filled with mist in that area.
Okay. Is the mist like, what if I threw a book into the mist?
You grab a book, you're going to have to move closer than that. I'm not sure you
Oh,
got that
yeah.
good of an arm.
Yeah.
You throw a book into the mist, and it just sort of, you hear it just go through the mist, and you just hit the ground and sort of roll.
How high up do these bookshelves go?
They're about 20 feet.
How high is the ceiling?
It's about 20 feet. It goes up to the ceiling.
No crap. Okay. I don't remember if there's what's beyond right there, so I'm going to hold my breath and see if I can make my way to the symbol.
Okay, give me a save versus spell as soon as you enter it.
Save versus spells. Okay, it says 11. I can't roll there though. Oh, right here. I did not.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, I said spell. I should have said poison. Go ahead and save versus poison.
Petrification, poison, poison, same thing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you walk into it, and instantly you just start puking your guts out, and you can't. You're gonna move into that first little square here. You just instantly start puking your guts out, and you're having a hard time, really doing. And like you literally can't do anything else. Just sit here and just vomit, and blood starts to come out after a minute, just simply because it's so terrible for you. And then you can hear outside, though you can't do anything about it because you're actively incapacitated vomiting, sort of a laughter. So, turns out the rest of you disappeared, huh? Well, I don't mind taking a Kender pelt if I have to. Let's do a little initiative.
Oh my gosh. I gotta do initiative.
D6.
One.
All right, so yeah, I mean, clearly you're surprised anyway. So what you don't know is right outside of your zone is that character that you guys ran into initially, that female cleric, elven cleric, which is actually an Aurak Draconian, who is now shifted back to being an Aurak, staring right at you, puking through the green mist.
Oh, those are the worst kind.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. And it generates these two massive glowing balls in its hands, and it throws them at you. Let's see. What's your armor class is 1, and their Thaco is 12. So it needed a 13. It hit you with a 13 and a 15. So the first attack.
Aye.
You take. Give me a second. I need to find RX real quick. 1d8 plus 2. So the first attack is 8 damage, and the second one is max 10 damage.
18 total.
Yeah. Just blast you with magic, and you're so busy vomiting and sort of incapacitated that you can't really do anything about it. You're sort of sitting here in pain. Let me look at the spell and see duration.
I can't even get out of the cloud.
Yeah, I mean, when you're within the cloud and you don't make the saving throw, you're helpless due to the
Okay.
nausea for 2 to 5 rounds. So it's a D4 plus 1. Oh, max. So you have 4
Yay.
more rounds. And as he just sits here and just sort of paces back and forth, cackling, I can't believe I'm going to be wasting my magic on you, Kender. But I do love a good top knot hanging from my belt.
Oh.
So for the second round, you don't even need to do initiative. So it's going to shoot off at you, and it moves like the blast goes right over you, hits the shelf behind it. Books burst apart in these energy blasts that it's sending out. He sort of curses a minute. By Techesis, I will have that top knot. Third round, it attacks again. Oof.
Can I laugh between wretches?
Yeah, sure. That's fair. You're all, ha! So it's a D8 plus 2, or D8 plus 2 on this thing. Hold on, that does. Sorry, I've got so many little tabs open for each of these. Yeah, it's a D8 plus 2. All right, so that was 3 damage for the first one, 8 damage for the second one.
Oof.
It's like, are you sure you don't want to come out of there? I'm sure it's easier to breathe. Don't you want to breathe? Do you hate breath? How about this? So for the fourth round, it strikes out, and you're doing the vomit laughing as it blasts bolts past you and hits the bookshelves, bursting apart. Stand still, Kender scum! I'm going to kill you and all of your friends. None of you are making it out of here. So that was 3, right? This is the fourth one, or that was 4? 1, 2, 3. That was 3. So this is the fourth one. Again, these blasts are throwing at you and missing you, smacking against the ground. Rubble and rock is sort of bursting out from this sort of stone foundation that even on the 4th level is eminent, and just sort of like broken stuff is hanging around you, and you're just losing everything in your stomach. Now you're just dry heaving blood. It's so painful and bad. And the final
Is it worse than
one-
being eaten alive?
It's probably not that bad.
Well, you don't remember getting eaten alive, do you?
That's true. Yeah, you don't remember.
Okay.
There might have been other adventures where you were half in something's mouth. The first blast of this final one hits the ground and bursts apart, and the second one actually hits you, in which you take 5 damage. And I said it was D4 plus 1. I rolled a 4. So this is the last round that you are helpless. It attacks you again with its blast. Let's see, 15 and 13, and you're a 1, so it has to get 11. So it strikes you both times. You take 9 and then 4 damage as it's just pummeling you as you're completely helpless going down. It's just sort of reaching into the funk of this stinking cloud to grab your top knot and to skid it off
9
your
and
skull.
4. Well,
And we have initiative.
that's negative.
Oh, you're down?
Yes. It was 4,
Oh,
so
I'm just
not
showing
9.
9.
No, I didn't take that for the 5. It was
Okay.
it was a 5. I changed the 5, but I didn't push enter. Then I take it a 4 or the 9, then a 4.
Okay, so as soon as you drop down,
Okay.
it grabs your head and pulls you out of the stinking cloud so it can cut your top knot off, and it just sort of like leaves you bleeding out right there, and then drops the spell.
Okay.
And as
Is it
far
just
as
me, or is...
What?
Oh, my bad. Is it just me, or is it taking him a little too long?
I mean, that was literally
Indar and Kitiara are like, yeah, where's he at?
The Kender's female.
I left him in.
Where's
He
she
was
at?
like tearing through the library. She was looking. I couldn't watch it anymore. She's just destroying books. And I was like, don't stay out too late. Your mom and I love you. Come home when the streetlights come on.
Yeah, well, the street lights are on, and she's nowhere to be found.
Did you delete the token, your character?
No.
I don't see it.
She went under 0 HP and disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you delete it when you deleted the cloud, Adam?
Oh, that might have been.
I
No,
don't think
she
so.
died, and it just left.
Because
It was crazy.
You were at 0, and then you were what was the negative you were at? Because it's important to keep track.
Well, you said once I hit 0, I just dropped, which would have been first it was 4, then it was a 9.
Okay, so you were at 9, right?
I was at 5. I was at
You were at 5, so you had 1, so you were at -8. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh no.
Okay. So hold on, I gotta. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go.
37.
I'm gonna go check up on her.
Oh my gosh. I'm having
Negative
a hard time typing.
336.
-336.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! All right.
That's a lot of damage.
I mean, yeah, it's
There.
That's
she's gonna
damn
run.
it.
We should,
Sweet
if we're gonna
hell.
go get her, we should probably all go get her. She's gonna try to take off.
Yeah, because Indar's getting
Okie
worried
dokie.
too.
So you guys are all
Fine.
resting, like sitting there going, huh, it's been a while. Where the hell is that Kender?
Yep.
We've been telling spooky stories in the.
In the chat.
Nice.
They're all in chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Telling camp stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we
we all
had
go
a
back.
full-on role-play conversation in chat.
So if you touch it, you can go ahead and move yourself in the library. You actually see the Kender bleeding out without its top knot.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
I'm going to
There's like blood everywhere.
perform medicine or
It's just natural.
prevent
you can just
bleeding.
stabilize it. You just bandage her up.
Is there?
I'll-
do we
I'll
see
bandage
anyone
it. I'll
here anymore?
bandage it.
You don't see anything else in here. There's a sort of a resonant smell of sort of raw eggs that's drifting in the air, but nothing other than that. You see a lot of vomit and blood on the ground.
So I think Kitiara is gonna zap back into this room over here and let the other two know, the Paladin and the Cleric.
Indar, did you repass?
Well, not yet.
Yes.
Don't forget the scorch marks on the bookshelves.
Yeah, and I let them know that something's happened to our little friend.
Armantaro is gonna cast hold portal on this door and lock it.
So hold portal. Give me a spell thing for that.
There'd you go.
Thank you. So it's instantaneous. Magically bars a door, gate, or valve of wood. Securely stopped and locked. Okay. Lasts for 1 round per level. So 11 rounds. All right.
When they tend to me, do I stay at -8 or do I go to 0?
As soon as they bandage you up, you're ostensibly 0. It's fine.
Okay, I just want to change that.
We have bound you up in medical stuff.
Wrapped you in papers. From
Hey,
all the
mummy now?
books. You look like a pinata at this point.
You're one of the
Good.
undead.
We conducted some paper mache on all your open wounds.
Made with
You guys are lucky
saliva.
she's unconscious, because if you tell her this stuff, she just might believe it.
Is it like armor? So what do you do? I mean, you guys are.
You're living in the Matrix. You're wearing the most meta armor.
You know this is an active keep.
Sleep time, right?
What's that?
Well,
I mean,
What's
everyone
it?
goes to sleep.
true, but what
You got
I'm
one person
realizing
that's,
is
like,
that
out.
if someone attacked Leah, they didn't know where we were. So maybe it's best we all just go back to that room. Because if someone attacked Leah, they had no idea. Otherwise, they would have come for all of us, right?
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Hypothetically speaking.
Well, I think it would be easier to defend ourselves from that position. We suppose we should all be staying together at this point, and with everyone being this injured, I think we should just rest and pray, and these potions that I handed all of you,
Yeah.
they
just
should
force feed me.
they should all be a potion of greater healing.
They should. We hope.
I say with moderate confidence. Yeah. What with the potion of extra healing, like how many D things how many does it restore?
It should be 3d8.
3d8 plus 3 hit points of damage when wholly consumed.
So 3d8 plus 3?
If that's what you're drinking. So I need to know who is going to be drinking or administering it. And where are you getting it from? Because only one of them was identified.
And that was the one that I still have. And then I give everybody one, including Kitiara, and then I had 2 more unknowns.
So are you using the one that you know what it is, or are you using one that you don't know what it is?
Yeah, just because I know for sure that it's going to bring the Kender up. So yeah, we will administer the one that I know for sure is a potion of extra healing.
Okay. So roll 3d8 plus 3.
Oh, that sucks. Well, it's not horrible. 2 4s and a 1. It's not great,
Glug,
but it's
glug,
not...
glug. You get 12 hit points.
Okay.
You're still completely out of it. You know, and this isn't
Okay.
like you pop up and you're 100% again when you get, with 1 hit point or more. You're seriously wounded, but now you can communicate what you experienced.
Yeah, what happened? It was the cleric. She's one of those nasty draconians. Ones that use magic and other stuff.
What cleric?
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Do we know what kind of draconian he's talking about that can like shapeshift?
Based off of his conversation, I don't what he said. I don't know.
Okay. What did she say to you when she found you?
Said, "Oh, he did take my top knot. I guess I'll have something to remember me by."
So you got a
Okay.
haircut?
Could have been worse.
Yeah, perhaps it's best that I've locked the door to this place, and maybe it's best if we all go back to the other room and try to rest. We can
it's
discuss
locked
it there.
for 11 rounds. At this point, it's been about 5 rounds.
I'm gonna help Azalea up off the ground.
Okay.
Careful, there's a lot of puke on the floor.
Yeah, he's like stepping in it. So is your guys' goal to go back to that room? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go do that.
So you
That's
can go ahead
the
and move
option.
yourself over there if that's what you want to do. Is your plan to stay in this room all night for 8 more hours?
I think it is now. Like we found out otherwise, so I think we're no longer going to mess around. We're just going to stay in this room for the next 8 hours.
You might have to keep eyes on the Kender. Okay, so as you guys are in here, you hear this. Let's see. So it's
Indar,
about 2 o'clock now.
Indar, I do think it would be wise if you leaned up or fell asleep leaning against the door so that they have an entire 6 foot something heavy mass to push against.
Right. Not a bad idea. Okay, so you're going to need 8 hours. Are you guys going to do shifts? Are you just going to say, screw it, we got the secret room, we're good? Like, how are you going to do this?
Secret room seems good enough, right?
Secret room.
Yeah, I guess we'll go secret room. Because does everyone need the full 8 hours then, right?
Yeah, that-
Do
that
elves
push it.
have that thing where they only need half the
Yeah,
amount
that
of
was-
sleep? or
That's
whatever?
what I was asking.
Whatever.
Well, you still need, if you're going to get any spells or anything like that back, you still are going to need to spend the full time, but and you're not going to get any hit points. No one's going to get any like natural hit points back from this. But you don't probably only sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night at best.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll sleep a couple hours in the beginning and then take like the rest of the time. If someone wants to take the first
Yeah, because
shift.
you don't have to worry about spells or praying or anything.
Nope.
Yeah, Armantaro will stay
On
up
the
and
soul.
pay attention while he's prepping spells and memorizing spells for a few hours till she wakes up.
So we're still on the same day for the moon tracking. It hasn't actually been the next day yet.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know. So right now, when you're memorizing your new spells, keep in mind that you're in low sanction, which means you have a -1 to all your saving throws. Your effective level for casting is -1. It's important to remember that. And that's kind of where you're acting right now with your spells. So with -1 spell level, it might affect the amount of spells that you can memorize, is my point. So if we go to magic user, actually, let me look at white.
Armantaro, you got any more of that yummy syrup?
I gave everybody a bottle earlier.
Oh, that's what's in that vial?
I hope so.
Okay.
So yeah, you won't be able to memorize any 7th level spell, and you only
I don't
get...
even have 7th level. I think I've got. I only have up to 5th.
What level are you? 11?
I am 9 wizard.
Oh, you're 9. Okay.
Fighter.
So now your effective level is 4 because it was 5 before for casting level. So now it's casting level 4. So you don't get a 5th level spell. You get your regular 2 4th level, 3 3rd level, 3 2nd level, and 4 1st level.
Okay.
But no
Perfect.
5th level. And then the cleric, you're not affected by the Moons of Krynn, so you get your normal spell choices if you're going to spend the full 8 hours, assuming nothing comes and bothers you.
So.
All right, so we'll just do. It is morning. Well, not morning. It's actually 10 at night. And you guys...
I wish to drink that other potion of healing that Armantaro told me is the syrup that felt good in my throat and stomach.
You're going to drink it?
Yes.
Okay. In that case...
I hope it's what he said it was.
Wow! Oh, it was 3d8.
Uh-oh.
My bad. Wow.
Jeez.
Okay.
24, 25, 26 hit points. Or regained.
That was delicious.
Can we see that he looks noticeably healthier?
Yeah, the rosy cheeks come
You
back.
said 23?
Yeah.
Okay, so that takes it to 35.
You can't get more over your maximum, but,
If that's the case, then Armantaro will pull out one of them and drink it as well because he's low.
All right, go ahead and roll 3d8
3d8.
plus 3. And make sure you guys are marking off the potions you're using. 3d8? Question mark.
God damn it. I wasted the good
That's like
one on
the
the Kender.
opposite of what he got.
Shh, quiet.
All right,
It's
anyone
fine. I
else?
still have one more. So.
All right, is everyone good with their spells and resting? And all right. It is 10 o'clock at night. I mean, you guys don't know the exact time, but and you don't even know if it's dark outside or not. You just know that time has passed. And you start hearing this muffled sound emanating throughout the keep. It's not audible, but there's something there, and you're not sure what it is. So,
Well, I think we probably know what it is, right, y'all?
The dead are walking.
The dead.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
We're close enough to the 2-hour mark. Let's do that break real quick. On the other side, we'll get right back into some undead adventuring now that it's nighttime.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be right back. Wow, I should have had everyone hearing that as we come back.
I'll pray online. That's fine.
Yeah. There's a beautiful prayer to the DM, who is a callous and vengeful DM.
Yeah, we met him.
So, you guys, 8 hours has passed. You have memorized your spells. You feel relatively rested, though you're still pretty worried about, one, the sounds that you're hearing sort of emanating through these stone walls. And you have one of the bits of the rod, a blue bit. How many others do you need? Where are they? How are you going to get them? So we continue in our journey.
How many segments were there to get 7? Do we know how many segments of the rod there were in total?
Originally, someone must have heard me say it.
5?
I think there were 5, yeah.
Well, that goes against my
That says
rainbow.
confidence. 5.
Definitely,
Yeah, that's
maybe
the ticket.
5.
I was hoping they'd make a rainbow, like a rainbow staff or something like that. But that's not enough colors.
You're actually not far from the truth with that, actually.
Okay, look for colorful objects. Got it.
So what are you going to do?
Well, we have to find the staff. I think that's probably the most important thing. Now, we've had trouble, I think, finding the first bit, and we only found it because of pure happenstance and luck.
Right.
But we need not go so undirectional, for I have the answer. It's God. I'm going to speak to my God. I'm going to speak to my goddess. So
Okay, what do you say?
I can ask 10 questions. They're only yes or no
What is
questions.
this? Are you using a spell or something?
Yeah, I have commune, so I can.
Okay.
Don't
can
worry
speak
about
with
it.
my
It's just
goddess.
gonna happen.
What's the casting
Should we
time?
figure
and-
out the questions
The
before
casting
you make
time
the
is
call?
1 turn.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
spending 10 minutes preparing this spell, getting all your candles and incense and whatever objects you need for this in sort of a place. And you start, and you reach out. What's your
Before-
first question?
Oh, hold on.
Wait,
I want to talk with my party. What
Oh, yeah.
What are our
Yeah.
questions? What do we want to ask?
As he's
here?
setting this up, I'd be like, whoa. Let's hold on. You don't get to ask all the questions.
I think we should ask if we've passed any already.
I think the first question should be, are they all here in the keep, right? Like,
Okay.
I feel like they have to be.
What did she have for breakfast?
what you,
No, okay.
how you doing?
We're gonna skip
It's
that
on the
one.
library floor.
We're gonna tie you up.
You need to
with
go
my
in the
rope.
secret room, and we're all going to move out of it.
So we
Yeah.
have to, with 10 questions, we have to narrow down perhaps where the remaining rod pieces are, right?
I think it's I like the question of have we passed anybody?
Have
I
we
think
passed
it's a good
any?
call, Selma. Have we? 'Cause we know where we've been. You know.
On what
Have
level
we-
are the rods?
Are they
I
briggers
think they
in
have
a
to be
bread
yes or no
box?
questions.
They have to be yes or no questions.
I'm good at this game.
So far, have we passed any rods?
Are
think that's-
Are we gonna ask if all the rods are here? Or are we just
I
assuming
think
they're all here?
Selma made a good point that they're most likely going to
That's
be
fair.
here, right? Yeah. So
Let me know when you
All right.
want to start asking the actual questions, because you're not going to be able to like converse with each other while this spell is happening.
Yeah. No, this is all while he's starting to prep, and I think we all got wise real fast.
have we passed any rods?
Okay.
And
Any
it's either going to be
rods,
yes
yeah.
or no, right? So if they answer yes, then the places we've been, there's at least one rod, because we're kind of asking in a multiple aspect, right? Are we in chat? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I was also typing it, and then Laura beat me to it. So I'm like, okay, that's fine.
So have we passed any rods? And then do we have a map of this place? Like we've kind of been, we know
No
there's,
one's been
how many
mapping.
floors are there? 5 floors?
The Kender hasn't been mapping. Just
It takes infinitely longer if you're going to move around mapping than just moving.
Yeah.
Hashtag
So from
truth.
what we know about the keep, there's 5 floors, right? And the top one is being, or
There's many
4.
more than that. You knew that level 5 and 6 were the barracks level from your interrogating of the Draconian.
Mhm.
So there's more than 5
Oh.
or 6.
Looks
So
like there
maybe-
was about 15 from the size of it.
Oh man. Okay.
Can we see
So
the
then we
map
should-
of the whole keep again,
9!
Adam?
9.
I was confused for a second. I was like, what does 9 have to do with this? And I remembered.
Sorry, no. That's the answer.
I got that.
Are
Oh,
there
that's
any
a
rods
good
on the
question.
5th floor? No. Are there any rods on the 6th floor? No.
No.
Hey, it just eliminates floors that we have to go.
Well,
This
and
is
we
true.
know
Door by
that,
door.
This is
yeah,
very true,
the 5th
yeah.
and 6th floor are the floors we know that the Draconians roam.
That is true, but
Because they said that
but
Draconian
because
said
they
don't
roam
go
there,
down.
since all they said was they roam there, they never mentioned about there being any rods.
Yeah.
There's also a very high possibility that they don't know there's a rod there.
Yeah.
You could also
Hell, it
ask
could
if
be-
there's any
It
ways
could
to
be
get
hidden
around
in one of their
without being
racks or some
dead.
shit.
Oh.
Just keep in mind, this isn't like a question you're asking like an undead thing that you brought back to life. This is your god.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
god, so she'll know.
Well,
A
my
lot.
point is that she's empowered you to be able to spread her word on this realm, not bug her about in particulars of a certain thing. So
That's fair.
this is a god. You know, they're not here to be like a fortune teller. You know, so you need to be very succinct with what you're asking and have real meaning behind it, because she's not here to answer all of your questions and give you the answer to everything.
She
This
cool
feels
with
like
one
the
question?
DM telling us, no!
Nah. No,
Stop
I
it.
mean, you have the spell.
Yeah.
You can cast a spell, and I will be honest, but just
Yeah.
keep that in mind as you're formulating these questions.
We must be respectful, of course. Mishikal is one of the first gods back into the world, and she is
So-
offered healing.
We're not asking about breakfast then. Got it.
Could you send us some taters,
We-
please?
Do
So
I
have we
know that there's
passed
something
the-
wrong with me? Can we ask her how to heal me?
You definitely
That's
know
a
there's
good
something
question.
wrong with you. You just
Sure.
feel off since that worm
And
burrowed
As you
into
guys
your
are asking
brain.
these questions, when you're
I mean,
about
don't we
to,
all know that she's off? But...
Indar has a loud flatulent.
We
Wait,
could ask if there's something to guide us to the rods. Like, is there some, like a map or a book, right?
could she draw us a map? She was a god.
Oh, I don't think that she could do. She's not going to take time to draw a map.
I've got a journal she could write in.
Oh, hold on, I've been taking a class.
So maybe like, is there a object or book or knowledge that could guide us to the rods, and then we can kind of go from there.
Anything in the library?
Oh, is there anything in the
Maybe.
library? Yeah. Is there anything in the library to
Is
guide us to the
there
rods?
anything in to guide us to our to aid us in our ultimate goal?
Here. Kitiara, how many
That
levels
is
are there to this
very
keep?
open-ended.
She's like,
Yeah.
oh, fancy
Oh,
you
yeah.
ask me that. I actually know that answer.
Is there anything
There are
about...
12 levels on this keep.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for including me.
Thank you,
Hmm.
Kitiara.
I saved you an answer.
12?
12,
So
yes.
considering we found a rod in a hidden room, it probably leads us to assume that there's more hidden rooms.
That
for sure.
S of Soth is probably the marker for each of the rods.
Man, Kitiara coming in clutch.
S of soft makes sense.
I wonder
yeah.
if there's a way that we can find the S's faster.
Yeah.
Does she know where these S's are in secret rooms?
No, she's already told you. She's not aware.
Okay.
This is the first time she's even encountered the S's, but I mean, 1 and 1 equals it's soft.
So-
you know.
I think that's a good point. More than anything, we need to know how to find the rods rather than trying to just do 10-question guess. So
Yeah.
there's got to be some sort of information. There's got to be like a book or maybe a magical artifact or maybe even some way to use the rod we have to find the other rods. I think that's really our goal here in talking to the Misha call is how can we go about finding something to help us find
Maybe
something?
that's the question: is will this blue rod help us find the other rods?
That's a great question. Yeah. So this it's a blue rod? Yeah, it's blue. A blue rod.
Has
Help
anyone
us find
studied the
others.
rod like further, like than it blew? Like, has anyone sat down with it and like took a good look at it?
As far as I know, only the Paladin has touched the rod. Is that correct?
Yeah, so far, I
Okay.
think. So maybe the wizard should do a little zippity boppity
Definitely not me. I hate magic
Give me an
items. I'll
intelligence
break
check.
it.
Okay.
Anyone, everyone?
Do.
Everybody? Okay.
So,
Everybody in the
Indar,
club getting
Armantaro,
tipsy.
you guys remember that when you were being told about these rods, only a lawful good paladin or cleric can touch them.
It's a good thing y'all remembered that.
Yeah, as I reach out, I'm like, wait, never mind.
I was just about to hold it too.
Not even Soth has been able to touch them
Okay.
as intended, according to Priest Berg that you had spoken to at the
Well,
beginning of the adventure.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna-
Sloth is lawful good.
Let me inspect
I
it
would
then.
remind everyone that the priest had said that, and so if he is looking for the parts, if he can't touch them, he has to have someone here who can do it. So is he holding someone else besides Kitiara here prisoner, so as he finds the rods, he has someone who can move them?
So is Soth holding someone to wield the rods? Or
I can't imagine Soth would have any lawful good cleric or paladin anywhere in this keep.
Well, I can't
So-
either, but how does he intend on moving them if only a
Against their
lawful
will.
good cleric or paladin can do it?
That's a
Who
good
was
question.
the last lawful good paladin or cleric to live here, or reside here, or be here?
That Kristofsky guy.
So we should look at a book on him, maybe in the library.
Well, you
Well,
know
I think
that
we're getting a
he-
little distracted. We got like 6 more questions if we want to go down that route.
You know that he was one of the surviving that left that note on the altar that you guys found on the dead corpse
Mhm.
at the Cataclysm 350 years ago, or 60 years ago, 360 years ago. So he's long gone and dead. Doesn't mean that there would be a book about him, though. I mean, he just happened to be here when this was a good keep.
I thought he was writing a book. Didn't it say, I was researching a book I was writing and then
So
Well,
we
I
need to
have
find
the
his
note.
book.
reported? Well, doing research for my new book last night. Yeah. I wonder if he ever finished that book.
We should go find his book.
Did he ever finish that book? No.
Is that a question?
All right. So far have we passed any rods? Are there rods on the 5th and 6th floor, which we might want to maybe narrow
Yeah.
down? Is there anything in the library to guide us to the rods? Will this blue rod help us find other rods? I think a good question is, are like 5th and 6th floor, there's 12 floors. So maybe we should divide it by half, you know? Be like, is there more than one
okay.
rod located on floors 6 to 12?
I think Mishikil inspired me. I might have a rod in one of my pockets.
Whoa there.
Hey.
We also don't have to, talk to the god if this, if we want to let this marinate a little bit. It can happen at any point. So
Well, you're not going to have like 10
the hell?
minutes at any
No, that's
moment,
true.
to cast this spell. You guys don't even have to do it now, but if you're going to do it now, I mean, you should probably nail down these questions quickly.
You don't want to spend the rest of the session trying to figure out the questions?
I'd prefer not to. If that's what it takes, I'm willing to do it, but I'm sure this is great TV for people watching.
Yeah, sorry, everybody else. This is
Just-
peak
if
D&D,
I were
guys.
Sherlock Holmes, is there anybody in the keep who knows where the rods are besides Soth? That would be good. Maybe someone else knows where they are.
We could ask if there were additional allies.
Oh,
We
are
could
there any
find-
allies in the keep? I like
Are there?
that one.
Yeah. Not within our party, because I don't want it to. I don't know how
Be
picky
specific.
Mishikal is going to be. Are we like, well, you already found Kitiara and she wasn't here when you guys, you know, in the beginning. Like,
Don't be confused. She's not an ally. She's just trying to get back at Soth. She's not trying to be you guys' friend.
Hey, the enemy of my enemy is
Yep.
my friend.
All
So
right. All
I didn't know
Boo, boo,
Sun
boo.
was here in this realm. But yes.
right.
are there any rods from 6th floor up? That's a good one. Because that'll tell us yes, and that means there will be some, or no, which means they're all on
Down.
the 6th floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I got.
Yeah.
Have we passed any? Is there anything in the library to help us? Will the blue rod help us? Are there any allies in the keep outside of our current party? And are there any rods from the 6th floor up? They were going good.
So we have 5 out of 10.
Oh, and then does anyone else know besides Soth, I would say? Or is he in the keep? No.
He might not. Does he know where the rods are?
We saw
a
an
good question.
aspect of him downstairs, but I don't think we've seen him.
Right, because he wasn't here, but he was on his way, I think.
And it was like a projection of him that we
He
had seen.
zoomed in to threaten us.
He couldn't
What
even
a
be bothered
turd.
to show up.
Oh my gosh.
Does anyone else in the keep know the location
prima
of the rest of the rods? Rod pieces. All right, we got 4 more questions.
I don't know how semantic she is, but if she's like, "There's only one rod," it's
This
just
is
a piece.
100% going to be specific.
Yes, very.
Like you're asking a god, and they're going to give you a yes or no only, so it's entirely based on your question. And it'll be truthful, but it's based on your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we either need to find someone who knows something that knows where the rods are, or some way to guide us. And so far I think we've got. Does anyone else know?
Maybe is there any other way other than the rod? What are we doing with the rod again?
We're going to
Sorry, I
combine
forgot
them
what the-
together and close an abyssal portal, I believe.
Rift.
Okay.
Take the mini
Rift.
rods, make a big
I forgot.
rod,
Yeah.
and
Ramrod
Stop
and
the
abyss.
We're going to stick our rod in an empty hole.
In a big old hole.
Big old
Got it.
hole. I think
Cool.
so.
And
We've
close
got a
it
couple
up.
questions here. Is there anything in the library to guide us to the rods? If Misha calls like yes, do we have a question that can help narrow it down? Is that item a book, right? Or
We can also think outside the rod too. And like, is there anything else we need to know?
I think that's
Like,
true.
is there
But,
like a way to get
but-
around the keep without encountering the undead in the nighttime?
I think that's a little open-ended because Misha called just be like, yeah, just don't go outside.
but at
Is
the
there a
same
way
time,
to traverse? Like a secret paths all throughout,
Mhm.
spooky things. It's Halloween.
We were told that on the door of the barracks for the Draconians
Mhm.
and on their places that there was a symbol that had been
Yeah.
placed on it that would protect them. Can she bless us with a protection that is going to keep the undead off of us? Like the whole party, so we can wander around free and
Ooh,
clear.
that's good.
I know the answer is no, above game, but like in the moment, Armantaro's like, yeah, can she just be like, you're good?
That
Hmm.
does feel like something we would ask a god, Like,
But the whole "can you bless us?" Oh, of course I can.
Yes, I
Okay, so
can.
But I
will you
won't.
bless us? Will you bless us?
Should,
with
but
protection?
short.
I don't know. Can you?
All right.
Sorry, I didn't know this
Do
was
we have
high
any-
school English again.
You make a good point. Selma makes a good point
You
as
are
far
quite
as
the
we
cunning
can.
linguist.
Is there anything outside of the rods about Dargaard Keep that we want to know?
Or maybe we can ask what.
She just gives us the tea. She's like, oh, well, okay.
Nah. I've been waiting for someone to ask me this for like a millennia.
Actually, so Soth and this lady.
Would it?
So
I mean, one thing I
Soth and this mummy. Oh my god.
is a time limit. Like, are we on a time limit? Is something going to happen? Is someone going to come back? Right.
You guys are in a
And-
secret room right now, and you stay there for 8 hours, so I don't think anyone's going to bug you.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
fair.
ooh, I got a question. Is Dargaard Keep taller than the High Cleric's Tower?
I love it. But I think we could probably answer that through mortal means. No need to bother the goddess.
That'll be number 11. Don't worry, we'll get to it.
Should we
Yeah.
ask? Should we ask her what the damn spoon does? Never mind.
Can we ask
This is
her
killing me.
what
How many
Soth
questions do you guys
turning?
have already? Jeez.
The Spoon of Turning.
So one thing I've always been curious about is
Turning
the
what?
Draconians avoid the undead. So does that mean that they are two separate forces at odds, right? So who do the undead belong to? Who summoned these undead?
Who does number 2
So-
work for?
I think they belong to the darkness, and the Draconians are just afraid of them.
Isn't there an evil god of undead?
So but I don't know actually.
I'm
There
new
So
is.
to
does
this.
Soth command the undead, or
Does Soth command the
Yes,
undead?
he
I think
does.
that's good.
He 100. You
Oh,
guys
he does?
know he does. He has undead
Okay.
hordes that he marshaled into Palanthus, and you guys,
Okay.
He was
some of
literally
you
told
fought
to the
against.
story. or is literally told to us in the story itself.
But does Soth then also control the Draconians? Like, why would he?
He doesn't care
Kill
about any of them, I
his own
guess.
army? I guess he really doesn't care.
He
they're all
doesn't-
fodder.
I wouldn't really say control because they have their own,
He's keeping
Will?
them safe haven.
but he rules over them.
I mean, this is his keep, and they're acting as guards, so he
Yeah.
must have something over him.
Yeah.
So, how about a
Yeah, they're
sub
like-
question? Does anyone else in the location know the rest? Like, know the location of the rest of the rod pieces? If she says yes, we should have a question to kind of help narrow it down, right? Like,
Are they enemy?
Are they
Yeah,
good or
I
evil?
think we're making a big assumption that the other person who would know what their odds are is willing to help us.
I think these are great starter questions, and we'll have more questions once we have answers to these questions.
that's putting a lot of pressure on me.
It's not. We will shout at you.
Lawful
Don't worry.
good,
That's
and
the
So-
D.
Are
they know where the
are
rods
we at
are.
8?
I'd imagine they'd be willing to help
He's the
us.
only
I feel-
one that's going to be hearing anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lost track.
Are we at 8 questions?
I have 7. Have we
7.
passed
I
any rods?
wonder. I
Is there
wonder.
anything in the library? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Mhm. No, I was just gonna say. I wonder if we already have 10 that we want to ask, that doesn't give you any room for follow-up questions.
Yeah.
So I think maybe 7, if we're at 7, and yeah, tell us what they all are. But if we're at 7, then if you have something that in the moment that you need to ask a follow-up question, you can do it. Like, I don't want to lock us out of
Mm-hmm.
the chance of asking something
idea.
else.
These are the 6 I have currently. I put them in the Roll20 chat.
So do you want to do the spell?
I think so there is a in the spell description itself, it says that it has to be as brief and consistent as possible. We can't take like a minute between questions. So it's going to be pretty quick.
You're also not going to want to have like a Kender and a Minotaur hanging out, like breathing down your neck while you're actively communicating
Yelling
with your
at me.
god. Yeah. So this is very much going to be like a personal experience type situation.
Okay.
Oh, this is the god who saved my life. I was so excited to meet her. Okay, bye. Have fun.
Right, all
Say thank you.
To be fair, it says his or her divinity or an agent thereof.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So it could be like a moth.
Misha Call doesn't have time for us. She's busy. She sent her
She's
moth.
like, I'm watching British baking show. Leave me alone.
Maybe she'll
So one of those
communicate
follow-up
through-
questions
through
is
one
who
of us.
does number 2 for 4.
I'm watching Gordon Ramsay in the future.
Yeah.
Go away.
All right, let's take one more minute. Everyone think of any follow-up questions or any questions we should ask. Throw them in chat, and then I'll go ahead and start the spell.
Okay.
Make sure you say rod pieces.
Rod pieces. Gotcha. To the rod pieces. Okay. Are we on level? Look, it's not my fault that Kinder can't count. All right.
Where are we? I mean, literally, you don't know. You just teleported to a new place. You have no idea what level you're on. It's not like you have some sort of like elevation sense.
Yeah. Meta knowledge
Well-
knows where we're at, but
Yeah.
we don't.
Yeah.
Rod pieces.
DM, while this is all happening, while he's doing the questions, can I be like putting some of my holy water onto some of my arrows to give them like a boost against undead?
You can put them on there, but holy water is best like shattered against undead as a weapon.
Ooh, okay, good
Rather
to
than
know.
dip,
Thank
like,
you. I
poison
won't
in
do
it.
it.
Bathe them in it.
Yeah.
It's just something
Or
my party used to
splash
do, like
like
way back. I
extras.
think it was like a homebrew rule. I was like, maybe it'll work here. Who knows?
All right. Here we go. I'm starting my commune, so I will kneel down, close my eyes, and I'll place my symbol in between my hands as so, and I will sink into a meditative trance as I recite a litany of Mishakal from memory.
Nice.
And
You
I'll
see
wait for
light
Yeah.
starting to emanate from between your hands, coming directly from your holy medallion, sort of drawing dramatic shadows of you against the far back wall as it sort of fills the room. Everyone inside the room, especially yourself, feel this intimate connection with your god and the warmth. Jeez. Sort of like shudders
warmth.
and like diminishes as this fart rips through the room, and then it fights back as you continue to refocus your attentions. The entire room feels warm, smells a little bit bad, but you feel a connection, sort of a divine connection.
My goddess, my lady, your humble servant begs help and favor, for we are on a quest of utmost importance, and we find ourselves at a junction. So if you would deign to answer us these few questions, I promise to serve you in my devotion and to guide these misguided adventurers away from the path of unjust and evil. I'll raise my hand too, just like I'm in school.
Are we good?
Yeah.
You don't
ready.
hear anything. You just feel a warmth surrounding
Just feel
you.
it. I feel it. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
My first question, goddess. Have we passed any rod pieces in our journey through this keep?
Yes.
Is there anything in the library that we discovered on this floor to help guide us to the other rod pieces?
Good phrasing. No.
Will the blue rod piece that we found help us to find the other rod pieces?
No.
Are there any allies in the keep outside of our current party that would help us?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any rod pieces from the 6th floor up?
Yes.
Does anyone else in the keep know the location of the rest of the rod pieces outside of our current party?
Yes.
Is that person that knows the location of the rod pieces a draconian?
No.
Okay. Well, that rules out pretty much the majority of the keep. Okay. Are these allies currently imprisoned by our enemies or enemies within the keep?
Yes.
Okay. Will the Spoon of Turning help us in our quest to find the rod pieces?
Come again?
So, Leah apparently has a Spoon of Turning. I don't.
Wait, God needs clarification.
Yes.
Sorry, could you ask that again? Yes? Question. I'm just gonna put yes question mark.
That was really good questions, guys. Except for that
Those are
last
great
one.
questions.
I don't know about that.
Are there at least 2 rod pieces from the 6th floor up?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And that's the 10th question right there.
Okay. So you feel the warmth sort of fade away, and you realize quickly how cold and hollow and empty this keep feels in the absence of the divine presence of your god.
Ah, you should call it so cool. I'm a fan. All fangirl.
Your little feet are kicking. You're like,
Yeah, but we've all read your pamphlet. You can just put those back in your pocket now.
We've heard the good news, all right? Jeez.
she saved me. Like, but now this is the second time she's come and spoken to us. This is the only proof I've gotten of any god. As far as I'm concerned, he's right.
You're welcome. Anyone remember what my 7th question was?
No.
It was, so it was a no, so I don't think it matters as much. But here were the other questions. Question number 8 was, are the allies locked away by enemies in the keep?
It was if the person who was willing to help us was a draconian.
Right, not a draconian. Thank you. All right, so the person who knows the location of the rest of the rods is not a draconian, which I think eliminates pretty much a lot of dudes. The allies that would help us are locked away. The spoon might help us. It was kind of unclear. Had a little interference there.
I don't think he knows what it is. I thought maybe she
Coming
was
up.
like, well, they'll need to eat food at some point. So yes, you will have soup.
That one was just it was for the Kender.
Like there is soup that they're gonna eat, so of course they need to spend.
All right, so there's
Will the
at
son
least
of
2
Chang
rods
help us?
from the 6th floor up. I think that's important. So at least half of the rods we'll need are 6th floor up.
And we passed some.
And we have passed some. So that means there's at least 1 rod in the 4th floor down
That we need to go back.
that we do need
Probably
to go back and
to
find.
the throne room. I mean, I'm trying to think of the most consequential rooms or areas, the places where I would hide a rod.
Mhm.
Well, we only
Well,
opened
wouldn't
a
it be in the
couple of
room that we
doors
killed
downstairs.
Kitiara at too? We had some folks
In
in
the scary rooms. I don't want to go back there real bad.
You're the one that's like, let's go back to the rooms we haven't been past.
Yeah, but like
Maybe
I
not
forgot.
that level. The worm heads, remember? The worms?
The worm
Yeah,
head.
can I
no,
fashion?
We just
I need a
we'll
helmet.
We'll send an Indar. It's fine.
Hold on.
Yeah, the worms won't be. He'll gore them on his horns.
I'm gonna
He's
drink.
he's
the
too
rest
tall
of my
for the worms
wine
to get up there. Okay.
and fashion the wineskin into a leather helmet, like hat thing, so I don't get any
What?
more worms in my head.
You're going to
No, I'm
fashion
drunk,
the
too.
wineskin into a
Yeah.
helmet?
Into
like
a little.
crush
I'm
it
gonna
against your
break it
head?
apart. And yeah, I'm gonna break it apart at the seams and then like
She's gonna
wear
undo
it.
half the stitching
Not
and
sure
wear it
this
like
is
a
a
Yeah,
good
and then wear
idea.
it that way. I don't care. I don't want worms in my head.
right.
I'm drunk now. I just drank a bunch
got a
of
worm in your
bottle of
head?
wine.
Long communing.
and nobody knows
You-
the
wait,
difference.
you-
Like
you have
she's
a
drunk,
worm
the rest
in
of
your
us are like,
head?
she's fine.
I had a worm in my head. I have leprosy.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
Yeah.
I will have leprosy.
She feels like something
You have
bad
a
is
worm in your
coming.
head.
Yeah. All right. So you're done with the communing. You're stuck in the secret room. You've been here for quite some time, a half an hour. So of real time.
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
Real
Legit.
time.
That was way harder
Let's-
than I thought it was going to be.
But we came up with some good questions. We got a lot of good answers. We got a lot of information, and now we're prepared to do what? Fight the undead?
Well, I say perhaps Krellic, or who's the Krellic is our
Paladin.
paladin, yeah. If you want to pop back into the library and just if there's something there that we need to worry about, like just check if the coast is clear and then pop back. If you don't come back quickly, we'll all come. But then that way we're not getting surprised by something. I feel like you would have the best chance if there's undead in the library of repelling them or whatever. But if you can go first and then come back and let us know it's clear, then we go back to the library and make our way back out.
Sweet. Yeah, Aulus will take the rod for now while Krellic goes off by himself. And then Krellic will do his, boop.
Boop. All right,
And
just
canonically, you have to refer to it as boop everyone now from now on. So.
go ahead and move yourself and tell me what you're gonna do.
Okay. Krellic, where'd he go? Is that, no. There he is. Okay. All right. Krellic pops out, I think, here. And looks around to see if the coast is
Hi.
clear.
You see the Kender behind you.
Does the coast look clear otherwise?
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Then he'll pop back in.
I'm gonna detect noise if I hear
All right.
like undead sounds.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. I always close out the character sheet and I have to open it up again.
Okay.
I think it's like 35. You can roll right off the character sheet, right?
Yeah. You can also just
Okay.
roll a d20 or a d100. I mean.
Well, I need to find the number. Hear noise is 40%.
Oof. Yeah, you're not really hearing
Damn.
anything. You're trying to focus. It's for some reason you're having a hard time with people bouncing in and out of this room, and you're hearing these sort of like muffled moanings, sort of like chanting or something happening outside, and it's really hard for you to focus.
Okay. Yeah, coast is clear. At least for
Sweet.
right here, anyways.
Yeah. Krellic went teleported back, and he'll let everyone know coast is clear.
Go, 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 go!
Cool, here we go.
Boop.
Armantaro will pop out and
Ha! Oh, all right, my bad.
Hello.
Boop.
Zoom.
What?
Does it not let us go if somebody's already there, or are we like apparating into into people?
You appear in one of the Minotaur's 4 stomachs.
Like, oh god! Oh no, it's the one with the acid.
Be careful, right here is where I puked out my last life.
You can actually see the dried, congealed vomit and blood still on the floor.
Stepped in worse.
All right, now
Jeez,
before
really?
we go, does anybody need any healing?
Well, yeah, we'd let.
I look okay. Well,
Oh, I think I can't hear.
I'll drink my potion of healing.
Okay.
I
Armantaro
have
is
2
good.
more potions.
3d8 plus 3.
Armantaro, while everyone is potioning up, wants to check in with his bird.
Bird boy.
Talon.
Stolos, I didn't hear what you had said. Did you need healing?
I'll be fine for now.
Okay. Hey, is Kitiara at 10 health? Because that's what I see on the screen.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm gonna go
I think
ahead
she is.
and
She's been taking damage the whole time.
oofed. She either needs a potion or I can let me heal her.
Like
'cause
last
I'll-
game and this game.
I'm gonna go ahead and do cure critical. Oh, actually, that's my last 5th level. Let's do a 4th level cure serious wounds. That's gonna be able to give her 2d8 plus 1 hit points. But I do have
Nice.
a.
Aren't there
plus
more
to
potions out there?
Yeah, I
Are-
have one more spare one, and Kitiara had one that she was given when we found him, so she has
Indar
one.
has 2. I can give her. Give
I
her
have
2.
2.
All right. Well,
You guys want to do potions?
Yeah, save the
Yeah,
spells.
probably.
Alrighty.
Shot.
I picked up neutralized poison,
shot.
so
shot. You guys
Well,
gotta
that
roll
raises
it,
its
though.
own interesting question. If we pour out evenly among shot glasses all of it, like, can we just divide the dice out so everyone gets like 2?
Like 2d4.
With
Yeah.
extra healing potions, you can take. There's 3 doses, the 3d8. You can take 1 dose. of the
Oh, okay,
3.
interesting. So you could just roll a 1d8 and have 2d8
1d8
left.
plus 1, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, did not know that.
well, why wouldn't you just drink it in doses and then get 3d8 plus 3 then?
Because so the 3d8 is the 3 doses, so it's 1d8 for each of the 3 doses.
And then a random plus 1 on one of them? That's where
Well,
I'm.
no, it's
No,
3d8
because
plus
it's
3.
Okay.
and then so when you divide it into
Yeah.
3 doses, then it's 1d8 plus 1, 1d8 plus 1, 1d8 plus 1.
Gotcha.
Mine only did
Okay,
plus
I'll
1.
save
I
my-
did plus 3. Whoops.
Spell slot. I did pick up minor ward. Adam, I have a question about this.
Yeah.
It says duration until broken.
So once your
So-
spirit is broken internally, like once you're sad.
So
You lose
is
your
that
You lose your mojo.
so? If I cast this around like our wizard,
Minor
he'll
ward,
essentially
Dr.
W-A-R-D?
Doom extracts
yeah,
your
W-A-R-D.
I'm not showing that at all.
Is it like a? I mean, if it was a 5th edition spell, it'd be like the glyph of warding that you like place on something, and then like it goes there until someone activates it. And then
Yeah,
it goes
so it's pretty much
whatever.
immune to physical attack, is what it
What
says. It
page
can't
is
be
it on?
broken. It's on page 138. I'm looking at Greyhawk's spell cheat sheet thingy. Maybe that's
Oh, no. If you're looking at that, that's not what we're using.
what we're using unearthed.
So players
Arcana?
are, yeah. Is it
Okay.
an unearthed arcana?
Let me check that. Got like 10, 12 tabs open.
Yeah, we're not using any Greyhawk or other campaign settings since this
Gotcha,
is Dragonlance.
okay.
I don't see
Oh,
the
in
minor
that
ward
case.
at all.
Never mind, then I need to redo some spells.
Yeah, make sure you're only referencing Player's Handbook and the unearthed arcana.
Gotcha.
I wish I would have known that.
All right, never mind then.
Spells.
We can move on.
You would have known that. I linked you guys each of the.
I
books.
know, but I didn't. I pulled all my spells out of the PHP.
Earth Arcana.
I just hit things really hard.
And she's super at it.
She is pretty good.
If people would stop, like, making us fall asleep and stuff, that would be great. The only enemy we fought this time is made me go night-night. Didn't get to kill anything. Really bummed.
So how the health pots work?
I just thought you were really tired.
Yeah, if you drink the entire
then
potion,
dumb.
it's 3d8 plus 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I have 2 of those?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do
So-
you? I mean,
No, you have
So-
you have one of those. I gave everybody one. If you have another regular healing potion, it's 2d4 plus 2, I think.
Okay,
So the
much-
ones that we got from the clerics before we started, did they give us each one when they were a 2d4?
yeah.
Yeah.
If you
so
still have
that's
that
just a
hair, break it again. See if he notices.
regular-
There's only one hair.
Take half of the hair and break it.
And then when
again.
we broke it, they became 2.
Lick it and then try to put it back together and then break it again.
And break it again. Yeah.
Add a little bit of Gorilla Glue.
What are you guys gonna do? What's up?
Well, we have our information. So I think we have a couple different options here. We can look for the person who knows where the rods are. I think that should probably be our number one goal. Because we didn't discover any other way to find the rods, because the library is not going to help us, and the rod we have now isn't going to help us. So the only way probably is to find that individual. We know
I
they're
think we
not a
can-
draconian,
Hmm.
so there is a chance they could be that ally.
I'm gonna
so I
push
think
that
that's kind
cleric
of-
that we scared away.
That's
We'll
also the
see.
thing, is it could totally be one of those clerics too.
Oh. Whoops.
So we have a lot of gray.
Whoops. Yeah.
We have a lot of gray here unexplored. Do you guys want to finish this level 4 out and see if we run into something that helps us out with any of those questions that we
I'll
that you
say,
asked?
yeah, we can look for
Well,
our
if we go-
person as we go back.
Yeah, if we go
through.
down the stairs, that'll put us down one level, and then
Mhm.
we'd have to go to the back stairs to come back up to the desecrated chapel.
To right there. Or that's like the hallway we didn't go down, right?
Yeah, so this
Oh, the
is the
chapel
Hanging.
probably has a
this is the
rod,
this
huh?
is the naughty hallway here. And so we have to go
Yeah.
back down these stairs, and it'll put us.
Hallway.
I don't know what you want to call it.
Or
And
like
then
the
we'd have to
fire
go.
hallway.
Yeah, so we'd have to go down those stairs and down around the corner to come back up to this set
Yeah.
of stairs to get back into the chapel. Because
I
the only
I
way to
do
get
think
in
we
was
should
the
go-
secret.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
100%
Okay.
we should go back to the chapel because we need to be going to places that were important to people who could have touched the rod.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Okay. So the only real place you can go right now is down this staircase. Like that's
Mhm.
Right.
kind of it.
Yeah.
All right. So you move down the staircase
Do it.
to level 3. You end up being right here. You remember that you had dead things up here, the Sons of Kyros, but who knows if they're still there or not. The spell has clearly been worn off by now.
Yep. But if we intend to go back up to the chapel, it'd be down this hallway, and then back up to these stairs.
Is that what you guys are
If
doing?
that's our. Yeah, I
Should
think
someone?
so.
Yeah, should we send out somebody ahead, like a
So
sneaky
give me a second,
turd,
here,
or-
guys, while you're...
just to
Is
check
the
things
hole in
out?
my head where the worm went hurting when the suns are
you
nearby?
can feel them calling to you.
Ugh.
Come back. Come
Hey.
home.
Is this the
Eh.
level we found Kitiara on?
Yes, we
Okay.
found her here
yeah,
in this
she
room.
was-
Yeah,
Yep.
she's in the room. Okay.
Hey, Leah, sneak down the hallway here and see if we can get up those stairs again, and I'll play the Mission Impossible theme while you do it. Dun, 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 dun,
Nice.
dun. Yep.
I need everyone as soon as you come down this. Hold on. As everyone comes down this stairwell, I need everyone to give me a save versus spell. You hear immediately the wailing of banshees echoing up from the courtyard.
Oofed.
Or the
Oh,
throne
I
room, I
think
should
this is
say.
where it.
Where is the
Yep, this is where I die.
Stolos drops dead. Stolos drops dead.
Drops dead.
spells?
They're banshees.
They died.
Aulus drops dead.
Oofed. Goodbye, mama. Let me get Krellic.
What? Like dead or down dead?
No, like you're
Or
dead.
0.
You
It
were
was nice
dead.
knowing y'all.
Dead.
Dead.
Like,
You
hand
have
me
to
the
be
PhD,
resurrected.
I have
You are
oofed.
dead. Krellic drops
Oh,
dead.
Jesus.
Take my pinky toe.
So the cleric and the paladin are both dead.
Yeah, we're both dead.
Dude.
That's good. That's nice.
Trying to
Anyone
find
else?
where
That's
that.
1,
Wait,
2, 3,
Wait,
4,
are all
5.
the lawful good people dead?
Yeah. Indar drops dead.
Okay. I think I've got a save for us here, and Adam's gonna hate it.
We got 2
which
more.
That makes
Hold
me
on.
want to do it more.
I need saves first. We need Kitiara.
I'm trying to find where that.
And then who else are we missing? The Kender?
I immediately start praying
missing
to
the
the
Kender.
Mishikar. or whatever.
Mishikar.
Is our Kender still with us?
Um,
Or is he frozen?
I don't know. Oh no, I don't think I see him. The
Kitiara
character,
made it.
not the character.
That's nice. Oh my gosh, is our Kender gone?
Yeah, I can roll for the Kender though.
Okay.
Let me get a save up in here. Saves, spells.
Oh, and the Kender drops dead. All
I
right.
take a nap.
So Stolos, I'm gonna mark you with a dead mark. Let's see. Armantaro made it. Krellic, I'm gonna mark you with a dead token. Let's see. Aulus, did you make it?
Aulus did not make it. No.
Aulus has a dead token on him. The Kender made it, right? The Kender did not make it.
The Kender did not make it.
So I'm gonna mark the Kender with the dead thing. Indar, did you make it?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Literally
Selma,
only
did
3
you
people
make
made it.
Yes.
I made it.
Kitiara made it. Okay, so Kitiara, Selma, Armantaro, and that's it. Right? I'm going to move you guys into visible areas. No, not that. Okay.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta die, you know.
Yeah, apparently. So,
With our long rest that we took, our 8 hours of sleep, did we get our strength back, or are we still at half strength too?
nope, that came back.
Okay, that came back. Okay. So as everyone is dropping like flies really quickly here, and I see this happening, I'm going to look to the only 2 people still alive, which are going to be Selma and Kitiara, and say, grab them, get everybody grouped together, and then I am going to cast from my staff plane travel. To try
Whoa!
I can't move their tokens, but I do
I don't
that.
think that's what you think it is. Where are you traveling? With planar travel?
Where are we going? Are we gonna go find our souls?
Not here. Well, it's either that, or because I mean, if we stay here, I don't know what option we have. Like this was my escape card.
Okay, bro, here we go.
Like you're going to a different plane of existence that may not support life. Like,
All right. Well,
We're
fine.
already
We'll hold off on
No,
it.
just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only other thing I've got. It's either that. So I would pose it to the group then, the 3 of us that are left alive. It'd be like, I
so
can
right
get
at
us
the
out of
end
here,
of
but
this
we have no
hall,
idea where
you see an image start to sort of like shifting and fading into place as you're like considering doing planar travel. Like, let's just go to a different plane of existence or just something to get out of this hell. Like we've got like 3/4 of our party dead, and the form of one of those old men just appears. One of those old healers appears before you. Prophet Siswick.
He heard me break the hair in my mind.
He sort of like puts his hand on the wall. He's like, goodness, that teleport spell really does a number on your insides, doesn't it? Oh, you're all doing fine, it looks. Taking
no,
a nap?
they're
No,
all
no,
they're
Uncle,
all
please
dead.
come help, please come help.
What's going on? He sort of like stumbles forward. He's like stops and like, oh, my equilibrium. Oh, I don't suppose
I put
any
my
of you
arm under to hold him up a little. Give him some.
Very nice of you. Thank you very much, my dear. So, You hear that music? That's
Yeah.
those are banshees. You should not be out here when they are singing. They could kill you.
Should we go back into the room?
I think perhaps I should take you back to my grove. Do you want to stay here?
No. Let's go to the grove. Can we bring
Wait. Can we
resurrect all these
save
people?
our location in the map and come back?
Unfortunately, no, my dear. You would have to re-enter through the graveyard if you left. Is there somewhere safe that you could drag these corpses?
Yes. Will you help us drag them?
My back. I'm not as young as I used to be.
You
I
have a
could
spell
probably
of-
drag this
spell
here
of dragging?
tender here.
Yeah, we'll start dragging back up to the room back upstairs.
Back to the
But we
library.
don't tell him. We don't tell him about the teleport thing. We just do it, and we disappear and scare him a little.
So you get up to the library with a bunch of dead corpses, touching the dead bodies, his hands on the shelf. It's like,
And go.
Well, at that point,
And
they're
go.
items on my person, right?
Oh.
They're not their own thing.
their
Objects.
equipment,
Yeah.
their gear. All right.
Gear.
It's a shawl, not a minotaur.
Yeah. Oh gosh,
It's a
the
mink.
Minotaur.
The biggest mink of all. You all together eventually drag people up, and he seems much stronger and more spry than he's letting on, to be fair, as he's
Yeah.
like dragging people up there. And he gets you up into the room. He's like, well, you realize the consequence for raising dead people, don't you?
Other people have to die.
No, my
Oh,
dear,
then it's fine,
that would
I
be
guess,
a
right?
nightmare, I suppose. No, they just come back to life and eat your face. Nah, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Okay.
They're gonna suffer a little bit on their physicality, but it's a small price to pay for being back. I was communing with Mishikal, and I heard you guys ask some silly questions. Maybe in the future, don't bother.
Did you
her with
only
stuff
hear
like
the
that.
spoon question?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you
Come
only
again?
hear the spoon question? Or did
There's-
you not hear the spoon question?
I didn't realize there was a spoon question. What is the spoon
No, there
question?
wasn't. There wasn't a
There
spoon
was
question.
no spoon question. It's
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, never mind. That's fine then.
yeah. So
He's the only one who knows about the spoon. He lost it.
Who? The Kender had the spoon, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Oh my gosh, we have to use the spoon. We show him the spoon. The spoon of resurrecting.
I don't think that's what the spoon was.
No, right?
The spoon of it's the spoon of turn it around, so we can
So
fix
everyone
this.
Turn around
has-
the death.
Everyone
Yeah.
has a system shock stat on them that they have to make a successful roll on in order to be resurrected. He is able to raise dead, but you have to be able to handle it. So everyone dead needs to make a successful system shock roll, and he will bring you back if you're capable of being brought back.
I rolled too high.
Oh no.
Krellic and Aulus are good.
Oh no, Indar didn't make it. Krellic made it. I don't see Aulus.
It's up
He
there.
was right above Stolos.
Yeah, Kitiara is a success.
Aulus
Aulus
got
is a success.
21.
Stolos is a success.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Indar's a
didn't know
fail.
this.
Krellic
All right,
is a
so
Aulus
success.
I'm sorry, Indar. Your character could not bring it back, but you can play Kitiara if you're okay with that.
For now,
I need
yeah,
to do
that's fine.
the Kender really quick. System shock. Dang, 91% on the Kender. Yep,
Success.
Kender's back.
All right, there is a consequence here
Shoot.
for being brought back, however. Let's see here. The resurrected person must make a successful saving throw to survive the ordeal. Furthermore, raised person is weak and helpless in any event, and he or she will need 1 full day of rest in bed for each day he or she was dead. So you'll just need to have to hang out for a day in that room for 24 hours. Let's see.
I mean, technically, we weren't dead for a day, though, right? Like, we were only dead for like
Let me see.
10 minutes.
They were dead for like 5 minutes. They should only have to rest for like a little bit.
There are other consequences, like you reduce your
It's like a level reduction or something.
yeah, there's like a constitution. I don't see it in the raised dead spell. Let me sort of try to focus on this real quick.
What happened? What did I miss?
Oh boy.
We died.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I'm-
so
I
much.
made
actually.
my saving throw.
Is it a
I can't-
system shock or a resurrection survival?
I thought they were the same. I guess it's resurrection survival.
Wait.
It should be the same. But yeah, it looks like one's different in one of them by a percentage. So let me look at Constitution real quick.
Resurrection, survival, and a system shock. Oh yeah, weird.
Where is that on the character sheet? Just
So
so that
that's
when I die later, I
right
know
next
It's under
Constitution.
personal attributes.
It's to the right
Or,
of
excuse me,
system shock.
abilities. It's under
The
abilities.
character has an initial Constitution of 15. Here she can never be brought back to life by a raised dead spell. So you have to have at least a 15.
Oh, I don't have that con.
So you would not be able to
Oh.
be brought back.
I don't have that con either.
Let me check.
The Ross
Krellic.
No.
Resurrection considers the same as a spell of the same sort. Yeah. So if you can't come back from, if you don't have a 15 con, then you wouldn't have been able to do that in the first place. Like at all.
Neither Krellic or Aulus have 15 con.
Oh my gosh!
The Stolos also doesn't have 15.
Oh my gosh! Did anyone come back?
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I told you guys
Adam.
about these banshees. You guys are
You
the
did
ones
warn
that
us.
decided to
15.
come back at
I
night.
tried
Oh.
to sleep during
Azalea
the night, and
has
then he decided
a
to
15
throw a
con.
random
She has a
account
15.
at the Kender.
So
The Kinder's
Azalea
back.
made it. Krellic is gone. Is that true?
Krellic is gone, as is Aulus.
Aulus is gone. Stolos is
And
gone.
Indar.
Kitiara is around. Doesn't she have
No,
a
he's-
15?
Ballless.
I don't think she does. Hang on. She has a 14 con. No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
TPK.
this was a 100% TPK moment. And you didn't even face off against the banshees. They just heard them echoing up the hall.
Oh my god.
So
Wow.
the priest sort of looks at you like, I would love to bring them back, but they must have been smokers. They clearly don't have the lungs. They don't have the endurance. I'm sorry to say. Perhaps we should go back to the grove, as we had once mentioned. This party clearly doesn't seem to be capable of facing off against
all
the
died?
undead.
Well, who all
Yeah,
lived?
I guess you're right, bruh.
All right. There's no way that two people can finish this, so we have to,
Nope.
especially without a cleric. So you know what? Sometimes this happens, people. This happens.
It's true.
And especially when you're dealing with undead. And this was not the only time that you would have run into this particular problem. There are other monsters and there are other like traps and stuff in here that are instant death type traps. So it's the consequence of AD&D. It's brutal, and it's random roll of the dice, and what happens happens. So he brings you back to the grove, and he takes time and helps you guys dig graves, and he promises that their bodies will not come back as dead in this hollowed ground, that this village, this sort of like dual hut area that he is dwelling in. And he asks you to please reach out to your friends who maybe perhaps your friends know of other friends that we could crowdsource to deal with Soth, because he is dangerous.
We need a GoFundMe.
Perhaps we could put up a GoFundMe to stop this thing.
Did you guys try the spoon?
No one tried the spoon. Maybe
There
that
you
was the
go.
problem.
I brought up the spoon.
See?
Hey, make sure y'all take my goods. I don't need them in death.
Take
So
my goods. All right. Well, that's literally the adventure that we can finish tonight.
Bummer.
We're an hour early. I'm sorry to say. However, it is still nighttime, and Kitiara did not make it. So as soon as she dies, you see her head lift from her body with the guts attached. And she sort of cackles a little bit and flies out through the halls.
What?
so much pressing her.
She's
What?
not exactly immortal.
Did you leave my
Mortal.
sword?
She's something else. And she grabs a spoon and cackles in her mouth and runs away.
They stole the spoon. We
Not
could have
the
used
spoon.
it.
Ripping entrails, apparently.
Well, so I mean, because we have a little bit of time left here, an hour, I do want to ask you guys, if you're willing, I'm willing to go back into this with new characters. If not, I totally understand that too. But what did you think about the brutality of AD&D? I know some of you, this is the first time you're playing, or maybe, the second or third time. It's been a while, maybe. Does this feel too difficult compared to other systems you've played?
Brutal.
No.
It's just
Yeah, it is
unforgiving.
Yeah.
So I mean, I played AD&D.
I love it. I love
Years
it.
ago as a teenager. Yeah, he's like, I just want to die. And I remember like not even getting this far in a lot of stuff because character creation in and of itself is so brutal. Like if you don't roll well enough, I remember sitting there with my friends and like we'd roll up characters because it's 3d6 in order for the stats, and I'm like, yeah, this dude's a farmer, man. Like he is not made for an adventuring life. And so, yeah, but no, it is definitely a lot more deadly than modern systems, which is fun if you have the right group. But it makes it interesting.
He's
makes
blaming
it so
the rest
a
of
lot
you
of
right
people.
there. I don't know if you heard that.
No, it was.
If
it
you have
was
the
fun. I
right
haven't played
group,
this in ages. No, not the right group.
Brady
Like,
Bunch looking around.
I love this group. Like you guys are crazy, and I'm
totally
here
kidding.
for it. So.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is a very, very brutal edition. It's completely unforgiving, intentionally so. This particular module, because you're facing such powerful undead beings, I mean, there's, it literally does come down to just a bad roll. It's not a bad player. It's not a bad character. It's just roll of the dice, and then if that happens, you're completely screwed. And then
There's
saw just
2 reasons why we failed.
oh,
First one. Second reason.
Hold on, we didn't get the first.
That's
The
You locked
first,
up.
you like locked up during the first reason,
one?
which was probably like first one, and then there was nothing.
And
The-
the second
the
one,
very
profit.
first reason. The very first reason why we didn't win is because we didn't have the PP lance. The second
Oh my
reason
gosh.
is because we didn't have the jerky.
Right. That's a Shadow Dragon Queen reference for people who didn't recognize.
Lance.
I mean, I'll just say RNGesus is a fickle god, and the dice do what the dice do.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah. So here's the question: is
start
this
praying to
something
Chesky Polar.
you want to try again, or have you kind of had your fill? And you can be honest; it's okay.
Yes,
Full
Stolos,
send.
Gabriel, is this something you want to try again, or you're good?
Oh yeah, full send.
All right, Thomas, are you there?
Yes.
Would you want to try this again, or are you good?
Take it back.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, I owe it to my friend. She owes it to her friends to go back in there and finish the
Awesome.
quest.
And get your knot.
Yeah. Get that knot.
Yeah.
Get your
Here's a
spoon
ball
back.
spot right here.
Get it, Alex. What
Did
do you
you
think?
really take the spoon?
Yeah. So what do you mean try again? You mean we're
Make
doing
a new character and
start
go
from
back
here or
in.
start from the very beginning?
It would be starting from where we are. I mean, you
Oh,
would
yeah,
you still
absolutely
have to
then.
enter from the entrance, but
Yeah,
you have
I-
everything you guys have had so far.
Yeah, what do we technically have? The blue piece of the rod already. I assume that the
Yep.
cleric's chilling with that. So
The Paladin's got it in his pocket. Yeah. Before
Maybe
you
where
bury
are
it.
those allies locked away? You know.
And then all of your gear and stuff, it would just be like new characters and stuff. So what do you think, Robert? You want to try AD&D again?
Oh, yeah.
Or you guys want to go to something else?
any excuse to play some D&D, whatever the edition is. I mean, I'll even do 4th edition. Maybe we won't do 4th edition, but yeah, no, I'm down.
I'd be desperate. All right. And Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll give it another
He
shot.
needs to pick
I
some
know I'm
D&D.
putting you guys on the spot. Just
Just a-
texting me later.
A quick question
F
though:
you.
what are there other options? I'm just curious what other options there
So
would be.
there's 2 different things that I'm running next. Is the first one is DL2, Dragons of Flame, which is the Dragonlance campaign. The second one, we already did the first one. So you'd be playing Heroes of the Lance rather than your own characters. And then the third one would be doing a 5th Age Dragonlance game. It would be the 2024 D&D rules, Player's Handbook, the brand new one that just came out. And it would be way in the future of Dragonlance, so that's kind of unmapped out yet.
Mm.
So those are the options. It's like this, giving it another shot, DL2 Dragons of Flame, playing pre-made characters, or creating your own 2024 Player's Handbook characters and doing.
I wouldn't mind doing that. The new version of
Yeah.
was it? What version is that? It's not fifth
It's like
edition. is it?
5.5, yeah.
5.5.
Yeah.
5.5. Yeah.
I would say that'd be a cool juxtaposition
That would be
to
cool.
have 1v55.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's totally different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like,
They're like,
short
here's
rest.
this.
Yes.
I mean,
With some
they all
HP.
sound great. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
leaning
it's
towards
D&D.
I'm leaning towards the third option now that I hear it. That 5.5,
really?
because I haven't heard anything about that. So
Well, and to be fair,
fifth
like,
age.
5.5.
that'd be
Yeah, it's
cool.
just 5th edition.
yeah,
But it's the new
it's the
version.
2024 rules. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't
But-
read really any of the new rules.
a
really
lot
not
of
that
it's
different.
similar. A lot of there's a couple of small changes, but a lot of it's the same.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like letting this campaign die here wouldn't be. It's almost an homage to what first edition was, because I mean, how many first edition or second edition games did everybody play that you're like, all right, we're like 3 pages into this module and we TPK. So like that's I mean,
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah,
it. That's fair too.
I mean, it may
died
be,
a lot.
It may be
Yeah.
a more fitting end to be like, yeah, we totally TPK'd.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will connect with you guys individually on email, and we'll just figure out if you want to, just do the 2024, or if you want to, give this another shot, and then we can just sort of adjust fire from there. I have no problem with that at all. But for those of you watching, what did you think of this adventure? I mean, I know, when we're sort of so used to the modern versions of the game, and, we saw it in this where there was like, well, can we use hit die, or can we, is there a short rest, or is there anything else that we can do to help us in any possible way? And the ultimate answer is no, you're effed. Like, is that too brutal of a system? Like, because it's like old school Nintendo video games. You messed up on level 20, you go back to level 1 and start all over. You don't get to save progress. It's brutal. So have we, as a gamer base, just gotten to the point where it's too much of a hassle to do the old school version? Should we just sort of, have fun with the newer version and actually have characters that last more than a session or two? In this particular case, 3 sessions. Let me know in the comments below. I really do appreciate the players for joining me and giving it a go. I've never run this before. I've never played this before, so I knew it was going to be tough, especially it's Lord Soth, Banshees. You're running into stuff that if you just hear it, you die. So it's very, very challenging. I knew it was going to be that coming in. So I would love to hear what everyone thinks watching this. Is this your favorite version? And if so, what's wrong with you emotionally that you're so hurt inside? Let me know.
hurt you?
I'm just kidding. I actually love this edition too. All right, let me know in the comments below. You can always email me at info@dealsaga.com. I would like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. All that goes to help other sadomasochistic people find this channel and subscribe and become fans as well. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world and dangerous and brutal of DragonLance Saga. Thank you so much for joining the celebration. Until next time, for everyone here, my name is Adam. It's Launch of R.